Offensively.
This is Kyle and Brust.
Did you call us idiots?
Yeah.
On 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. With Kyle Wallace, here's Ben Brust.
Woo! It is a great day to be alive on this Tuesday, because we are grateful that Giannis Antetokounmpo brought a championship to the Milwaukee Bucks for the first time in 50 years, but it is weird to say that he is no longer a Milwaukee Buck. This is Kyle and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Ben Brust alongside Kyle Wallace, repping his 2021 MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo t-shirt, along with a replica.
Why you say it
ring.
so strong? Why you say replica so strong?
I just want people to know it's a replica.
That's some hating energy right there.
It's not just being real.
Replica. Dang, you could just say, yeah, with his championship ring. They know
Replica.
I wasn't on the team. I didn't buy no ring. You know what I'm saying?
Did you go run and get the confetti from the court?
No, I did not. I did not go to my car. With the new parking situation going on here, I don't know if you saw it today, boy. They've blocked off every spot in the damn world. I did not run to my car, but I do have my replica ring from the championship that I am repping to remind people of the journey and of this incredible ride that we have had during this chapter of Bucks history. This is what we need to be celebrating today. We don't need to be crying that Giannis is gone. We need to be celebrating that we had the experience of Giannis in this championship run.
800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. I want you to have that number to react, get your calls, get your texts in on how you're feeling. And first and foremost, would love to know how you found out about the news. Were you awake? Were you sleeping? I mean, my wife told me in the morning.
You went
she
to
was
bed
sad.
early.
I did.
That was 10:50 came through.
Yeah, it was an early one for your boy.
Why was it so early?
I'm getting old.
I guess so. I was wide awake. I was still working.
And I'm in a way I'm sad, but in a way I'm glad, because I don't know if I would have fallen asleep, because I would have just tracked everything that was going on, even though nothing, it was done and it happened. And if you did miss it somehow, some way, it's impossible to have not have. But Giannis Antetokounmpo was traded to the Miami Heat. There were two offers out there. The Boston Celtics were a part of the conversation as well, but the Bucks decided to trade Giannis and Bobby Portis to the Heat for Tyler Hero, a Milwaukee-ish native.
Milwaukee County. We could say he's a Milwaukee County native.
Milwaukee County.
I mean, that just to fit him in.
Jaime Jaquez Jr. Let's say you got your guy?
Kasparis Yakachunas.
Yakachunas.
In Khalil
where?
Khalil.
All I know is if you're 7'1" and you're coming into Milwaukee, I want you to be somebody. I don't want another Jericho Sims on my hand.
No, he's not. He's no Jericho Sims whatsoever.
To round it out, they
really
do
good.
have the number 13th pick in the 2026 NBA draft tonight. So they do have, this is happening all so fast. Like literally, Jimmy Haslam, here's what I'll say about Jimmy. He's the owner of the Cleveland Browns. He is a partial owner of the Milwaukee Bucks. Who knows what's going to happen, how much ownership he will have. He has taken the Milwaukee Bucks and grabbed it, because he said, we are going to do right by Giannis and the Bucks. He traded Giannis to one of his destinations he preferred, and they got back the haul between the two options that they wanted from each of them. And he said at Taylor Jenkins' press conference they would like to have a resolution before the NBA draft.
Yep.
And so whether you like it or not, Jimmy Haslam has delivered on that, because they have the 10th and the 13th pick in the NBA draft tonight, a first-round pick in the 2031 and 2023 NBA draft, a pick swap in 2030, and a second-round pick all the way in 2033.
Thinking about the second round in 2033, boy.
Yeah, no, there's a first in 2033 as well. So this is so multifaceted, from Giannis to Miami and what Miami gives, and the players that are on the Bucks now from Miami. Will they even be here in 4 to 5 years? Will they be flipped for something else? Will Tyler Hero be a part of this team for the entire year in 2026? I don't know, but I think most importantly, I want to know how people are feeling about Giannis moving on, right? Because there's not plenty of time till the NBA draft, but there's plenty of time to figure out the Bucks' future. You could try and be an expert. You're not gonna figure out who the 10th and 13th picks are tonight in the NBA draft that John Horst is going to select. I guess, Miami on behalf of the Bucks in the 13th pick. But Giannis has been such a part of Milwaukee and the state of Wisconsin in ways beyond imagination from when he was drafted 15th overall in 2013. Like, if you think about not just the championship, but the journey he was on in life, how he grew and developed as a player, how he became an MVP, how he in 2019 almost got them to an NBA Finals, to everything going wrong in 2020, to breaking through when everything could have gone wrong, going 2-0 down to the Brooklyn Nets, him hyperextending his knee in the Eastern Conference Finals, missing the final 2 games. God bless Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton for playing like studs to get them to an NBA championship, where we just got off a YouTube show on ESPN Milwaukee and ESPN Madison, Kyle, where Alex Lazary talked about how he got the text that Giannis was going to be available for Game 1. And then he goes for 50 in Game 6, fulfills the prophecy, and the Bucks have a championship. Now, you can go on from there and rewrite all the history of what you wish they would have done versus what they did do. But John Horst took many swings to help bring as much talent in, leveraging a lot of the future picks. You trade for Dame. You waive and stretch Dame. You bring in Miles Turner because you're trying to show Giannis that you're trying to do as much as possible because you know this is coming and looming. Last year doesn't go well, and here we are. He is no longer a Milwaukee Buck. But I want to know your initial reaction to Giannis Antetokounmpo being gone. And it's weird to say that he will no longer be a Milwaukee Buck. 800-990-3776, the Carbos Talking text.
Yeah, when the alert came through for me, it was like, oh, wow, this is really happening, right? The reality of Giannis finally leaving the Milwaukee Bucks is really happening. We heard the whispers, then the whispers turned extremely loud, where they turned into rumors that were turned into the fact that the Bucks were actively shopping Giannis Antetokounmpo, our franchise cornerstone player that you just talked about, his resume and what he did for this organization and for the city, actually shopping him on the NBA trade deadline. And now you actually have the moment where you're like, oh, my goodness, he is gone. It's to the point now, I'm in the shower this morning, and I said to myself in the shower as the water is trickling down on my beautiful naked body, I said, wow. Giannis,
too much detail.
No, dazzling details is what you need. And I said, wow, Giannis is really not a Milwaukee Buck. There's no going back. Like, this is official. This is what's happening. So when I'm talking to different friends, I'm talking to family, we're all having the realization that Giannis is no longer here in Milwaukee. The long 13 years of seeing this young kid who was 18 years old come to the Milwaukee Bucks where nobody knew how to pronounce his name, nobody even knew who he was, that turned into a guy that literally owns the city. He turned downtown Milwaukee into this dormant space, from this dormant space into this bustling place that has so much entertainment and so much attraction in downtown Milwaukee. So he became the city of Milwaukee. He became a symbol of Milwaukee. When people around the globe think of Milwaukee, they think of Giannis. That is how powerful that it is. We now have an international impact because of this guy, but what he was able to bring to us who are from here is a championship, and that is something that we have not seen in so long. When I was sitting there at the NBA
You probably
Finals
thought
game,
it wasn't even possible growing up.
I always hope one day it will happen. You don't know when it's going to happen, but you always have hope one day it will happen. I remember the gentleman sitting next to me in Game 6 of the NBA Finals. That gentleman was probably, at that time, he's probably in his 60s, and he was crying. He was crying because he hadn't seen anything like this since he was a young boy. It is crazy. I can't imagine going from the age of 7 when I saw the Packers win their first Super Bowl and having to wait all the way until 57. 57 years old to see it. Like, I will be halfway there at this point. So understanding what that meant to the city.
That's funny because I'm glad you brought that up because I was a field reporter for our programming on WTMJ, ESPN Wisconsin.
They gave you a reporter job, huh?
Field reporter is a loose term.
Just throwing that around to anybody.
Essentially, Kyle, what I'm getting at is I interviewed people that came to the parade that were around for the first championship and never thought they would see another championship again.
What were they saying?
Again, it was just the joy that you could see on their face. Mm-hmm. The joy of, like, the stories, Kareem this, Kareem that. And then when he left, it never felt like they were ever close. And in my lifetime, I was never going to see the Milwaukee Bucks win a championship. Mm-hmm. And I think one name that continuously probably doesn't get talked about enough.
What is that?
Who was that, you mean?
Yeah.
John Hammond.
Yeah.
He did draft Giannis Antetokounmpo.
They scouted and they got him, and
Like, he
Atlanta
drafted
tried
him
to- Yeah, he
without
did.
John Hammond. And yes, Jabari Parker might have been drafted for him to be the star and Giannis to be the number 2. Giannis said bumps all of that. And he continued to get stronger, better, work on his craft. And now I want moments, because this is going to be hard to do even in 3 hours, is talk about everything that's gone on and Giannis, because in my brain, it ultimately goes to, like, what are those moments that you'll never forget, right? What are those moments that happened over the last 13 years with Giannis that stand out to you? And he's so impactful, the way he's touched the community, the way he's helped the Milwaukee Bucks organization, the way he's helped the city, that, yes, I did have an opportunity to play Summer League with Giannis. It was his second year in the league.
Nobody asked for all that.
Nobody did, but it was so cool that he was just I was sitting down at the breakfast buffet.
Yeah.
He sat down next to me.
Yeah, let's chatted it up.
Yes,
And he said he remembers you.
but it's not even about that. It's just seeing that guy then grow, and then thinking about having the opportunity to host the Analysis Live, a live show in Milwaukee with Stephen A. Smith there. And he was surprised by Stephen A. Smith. And what stuck with me forever is how Giannis Antetokounmpo said one thing, Kyle.
What is that?
You can't cheat the game, right? You can't cheat the game. If you don't work on X, Y, or Z, you're not going to achieve what you want to get to, because it's already a fraction of a percentage of people that make it to where Giannis on the NBA, where Giannis is not even, it's like 0.0001% of the population to get where he is. And so to be able to witness this over the last 13 years in Wisconsin was unbelievable.
And that's why the thing is that we as fans should have appreciation. I know a lot of us are going to have a lot of mixed emotions today. Some people are going to be sad. Some people are going to be angry. Some people are going to be disappointed. Some people are going to be in disbelief. But the one thing that we should not lose sight of is the level of appreciation we should have, that we had the opportunity to watch greatness like this. Greatness doesn't come around very often in small markets like Milwaukee, because most guys aren't choosing to go to Milwaukee. We remember what free agency was before. We remember the guys we celebrated getting here in Milwaukee before we had to draft Giannis, before we had to trade for a Chris Middleton that was a no-name in the Brandon Jennings trade. I mean, when we got Drew Holiday after, we had already acquired all these guys. So don't forget where we came from. That is one message that I want to send to people, because a lot of people are going to sit there and going to be talking about, good, Giannis is gone. Oh, I'm happy that the drama is over. A lot of people are going to be focused on the negative. Let today be a reminder of the greatness of what we got to watch and the appreciation that we should have for what Giannis was able to do for us and do for the city. So I just ask for people to take the time to, when they see the headline or they're talking to friends about it, just say, thank you. I appreciate what Giannis was able to do for us, because we may not see this again in our lifetime. We may not.
You're going that strong?
Dude, the Cubs fans, they went 100 years without winning the title. And it wasn't a lot of baseball teams 100-some years ago.
Do you think you got 50 years in you if it happens again in 50 years?
Lord willing, I do. I hope. I mean, I'd rather live to not see it than to die.
Would you be 85?
50 years from now, damn, I'll be 86 years old. They have me in the Depends inside the new Pfizer form, whatever the new form is. I'll be in my Depends smelling like poo, but I'll be sitting there barely seeing. Did we win?
Did we win? Did we win?
Mm-hmm. No, that's it. So that's what I'm saying. We need to be appreciative and grateful, because when the Bucks won that championship, I believe it was in 1971. Nobody in that arena, nobody in the city of Milwaukee thought to themselves, boy, in 2021 will probably be the next time it happened. Hell no.
A lot to digest today, as Giannis is no longer a Milwaukee Buck. I do want to know if people are excited about what the Bucks got. Because I'm not going to lie, you tried to convince yourself. I heard you do the mental gymnastics of, like, I'm happy with it. I'm fine with it.
Oh, yeah, I'm good with it.
Yeah, again, your high voice says it all.
I mean, I'm not like, oh, my God.
Exactly.
We didn't get a stud. Hell, both trades on the table, I wasn't going to sit here and be jumping for joy over that.
And that's the point, is Giannis is traded, and what's the future look like for the Milwaukee Bucks without Giannis? How long is it going to be until the Bucks are competitive again, and you're not looking at the same seasons that you had in 2025, 2026, because that wasn't fun. And it's hard when you're used to competitive basketball the way that the Bucks have been since, I'd say, 2017 through 2024, because I kind of discount last year as competitive, because even Bobby Portis said when they won 10 games, it was fool's gold.
This team won 30-some games this year. We sucked.
Yeah.
We sucked.
And it could be that way for a while. Unless you believe that the people in place are going to nail the NBA draft tonight with the 10th and 13th picks.
I don't think we'll be like that for a while. I trust in Taylor Jenkins that much that I don't think that this franchise is going to be.
But Taylor
30
Jenkins
wins.
is one piece of the puzzle. He
Yeah,
may
but-
be the coach, but the man that's making the picks
I think
is the guy that hasn't hit on picks.
No,
and he's got an opportunity that he hasn't had in a while. 2 picks in the lottery.
One thing I know about John Horst, he listens to everybody. John Horst might be the least empowered general manager I've ever seen in history.
Well, that's what happens when Jimmy Haslam comes in.
Jimmy
town as
Haslam,
well.
but John Horst been listening to everybody else for a long time. With Giannis, the other ownership group guy, John Horst ain't been free. I thought he was gonna be free. Now Giannis going, hell no. You go from, when you have one boss and you move on to another one, you say, oh yes, he gone. And you realize, oh damn, this boss is just as bad as the other one, in a sense of telling me what to do. So poor John Horst, every decision he makes is somebody else having to say, yeah, you can make it. That seems like an awful life.
Maybe to some. I mean,
he get
depends on the
paid
check.
well.
I do want to continue to hear from you. I see it on the Carbless Talk and text line 800-990-3776. How will you remember Giannis Antetokounmpo as a Milwaukee Buck? 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and text line. We will get into what the Bucks get and what you should be expecting from those players. You can get us on YouTube, seeing your comments as well. I'll get to those at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. It's Kyle and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin. We're talking Giannis all freaking day. Talk to you next.
You're along for the ride with Kyle and Brust
I mean, I love you both, but I find Kyle a little more spot on.
on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You may know someone with multiple sclerosis, but you may not know what their day-to-day reality is really like. MS affects nearly 1 million people in the U.S., impacting far more than mobility. MS can affect vision, thinking, energy, and daily life, often in ways others don't see or understand. This MS Awareness Week, take a moment to learn more, share what you learn, and be a champion for people living with MS. Learn more at nationalmssociety.org/awareness.
Brewers Cubs action on a weekend? Yeah, you're going to want to see this. Be here Friday, June 26th through Sunday, June 28th for the first matchup between the Brewers and Cubs at American Family Field of 2026. You know what happened last time, and it's time to defend home field once again. One thing's for sure, big moments are bound to happen. Score your seat for another chapter in the Brewers-Cubs rivalry now at Brewers.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. Right now, buy 4 windows, get 4 free in 48 months with 0% interest, same as cash. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
You've already put in the work. Now there's a way to make it count towards your degree. At Lakeland University, your work and life experience can earn you college credit, helping you finish faster, saving time and money. With flexible evening and online classes, plus multiple start dates, Lakeland fits your life. Study 100% online at one of our 6 locations across Wisconsin or on our residential campus in Sheboygan County. Customize your degree to fit your life, your goals, your future, without missing the moments that matter, at work or at home. Your experience matters here. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
The heart of this country is local. It's neighbors looking out for neighbors. It's small businesses that know your name. At Piggly Wiggly, the people who run your store live right here, right alongside you. And when you shop with us, every dollar stays in the community we all call home. Stop in today and see the difference shopping local really makes. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
Your next great round begins at Sweetgrass and Sage Run at the Island Resort and Casino. Book early in the week for best availability. Beginning in July, Stay and Play guests can preview the brand new 9-hole Cedar course, inspired by the golden age of golf. At the Island, your golf trip becomes a full resort experience with relaxing spa treatments and exceptional dining to thrilling casino action. Plan your golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
It's time for the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirits deals in town. Located at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily. Where your satisfaction is their plan of action.
The Brewers salvaged the series finale and avoided the sweep, beating the Braves 9-4 on Father's Day. The crew broke it open with an 8-run second inning, capped by a 3-run blast off the bat of William Contreras.
The pitch, a drive to left. This is high. This is deep. It is gone. William Contreras, a 3-run blast. It is 8-1 Milwaukee, and the Brewers are all over Bryce Elder and the Braves here in this series finale.
Next up, the Brewers head to Cincinnati for a 3-game division battle against the Reds. I'm Will Summers.
This has been the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart. Have no fear, the chaos is here. Lucky you. This is Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin. Giannis Antetokounmpo was traded last night to the Miami Heat. The NBA draft is tonight. Milwaukee Bucks picking 10th. Miami's picking on behalf of the Bucks at 13.
I wish Miami was picking on behalf of the Bucks.
All
that scouting they've been doing. Go ahead and use your information.
Yeah. John Horst, please just let the Heat make the pick. Please.
Yeah. Say hey,
out of good faith.
Pat, what were you thinking at 13 if you had to pick tonight, huh? Who are you liking there?
800-990-3776. Jason in Hales Corners. What do you got on Giannis being a Miami Heat member?
Well, congratulations, number one. Thank you for what you did for the city of Milwaukee for our 13 seasons. But in a way, I'm kind of upset because for the last 5 years, you peanut-footed us all over the place with you want to do this, you want to do that, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that unless you get the team around me. And we put a team around you, and you didn't win another championship. So I wish Giannis all the best of luck down in Miami. He provided so much entertainment for us. And if I'm not mistaken, pick 13, I think Miami actually gets to make that pick and not the Bucks, but we get the player that they pick.
We tell them
so
who
I'm
to
kind
pick.
of worried about that.
No. We
tell them who to pick. They're picking who we tell them to pick tonight.
Oh, so we can tell them this is the guy we want, they'll pick it, and then we'll get that guy.
Yes.
Oh,
He'll
okay.
get a Miami Heat hat tonight.
Thank you guys, sir.
But Jason, is your main frustration that they didn't win a second championship? Am I reading that correctly?
Yes, absolutely. We should have had at least one more, maybe three. I thought after they won it the first time, I'm thinking, you know what, we got a dynasty here. Like the Michael Jordan era when I lived through it, I thought we were going to have a dynasty for the next 5-6 years, only, to end up with just one championship.
Well, Jason, it's important to keep perspective here. I get it, and Kyle, you and I talked about this on our YouTube-only show with Gabe Neitzel from 12 to 2.
Mm-hmm.
Look, if you look at the last 8 champions, they've been 8 different teams.
Different, crazy. Do you like that? I miss the dynasties.
I like dynasties. It's fun. I'm good with whatever, honestly. Like, as long as I'm entertained, I was entertained when the Knicks won, right? Wasn't entertained when OKC won, but that's not why we're here. What I'm here to say is I want to look back because it's okay to do that because this is part of the Giannis journey of missed opportunities. And I think early on, I can understand why it felt like there could have been more championships. But a lot of this then came to bad luck. Like 2019, it felt like they were going to go to the championship, and the Warriors in 2019 weren't the best Warriors version. Right?
They were all hurt.
2019, you were up 2-0 against the Raptors, and you lose 4 straight, I believe.
Game 3 was that big game, I believe, went to overtime, and the Bucks couldn't get it done.
2020, the Bucks were the best team in the NBA. COVID came. The bubble wasn't great for them. Put a damper on everything that was going on. 2021, they won a championship, and they overcame so much.
Mm-hmm.
Down 2-0 to the Brooklyn Nets, and KD's foot was on the line.
Toe.
Toe, not foot.
Toe,
I guess
toe.
a toe is part of the foot.
It was
Don't matter.
It was barely on the line, boy.
Giannis Antetokounmpo's knee bends it away where everyone thinks it's over. It's done.
I went to bed almost crying.
Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton helped propel them to the NBA championship of the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't care who the opponent is. When you lose Giannis and you're able to do that, that is adversity being faced and your team rising up without their star. He then plays in the series. They go down 2-0 again. They win 4 straight. So they win their championship. 2022, we talked to Windy. He has the same feelings as you and I, Kyle. If Chris Middleton doesn't get hurt, the Milwaukee Bucks are likely in the NBA Finals of 2022. Then you can get into the next couple of years where injuries happened at the worst time of the season, but the Bucks took swings and swings and swings for their best player, and you can't fault an organization that when you have a superstar and you have a window, although it looks bleak right now and you had to trade him, you gave yourselves the opportunity to do so. So it's hard for me to be like, they should, I'm mad they don't have a second championship. I get if you feel like they should have had and you wanted them to have, but that's not how it goes. There were just some bad luck in there, and you could point out roster construction, but for that easy, everyone would have to with a superstar. Let's go to Jeffrey and Elkhorn. You're on the Carbless Talk and Text line 800-990-3776. Your reaction to Giannis no longer being a Milwaukee Buck.
Guys, I love your show, by the way. I watch it on YouTube and listen to it every day.
Appreciate you. Shout out you, Jeff.
Oh, man, I am a Bucks fan. I'm 44. This is rough. Okay, so here's my take on it. What happened to the Kobe mentality? What happened to the Mamba mentality? Kobe didn't leave the Lakers. Kobe stayed. He's from a Kobe camp. Where is the loyalty anymore? From both sides, right? Both sides, I feel, are our fault.
You're not wrong. There's fault to everyone, right? Like, as reported on Jen, Gabe, and Shuey this morning on 94.5 ESPN, it sounds like Shams reported it, Eric Name confirmed it, that Giannis wouldn't have signed an extension in October.
Well, that plays into what about the loyalty of not sticking with the Milwaukee Bucks. He had the Kobe mentality, which he has talked about not wanting to teaming up with anybody. I think he does have a point.
He does. And my whole thing right now has been, you got to move on from the fact that he chose to go somewhere else. The assets were drying out. But we are going to go to the Yingling guest line right now. Joining us on Kyle and Brust is Stephen A. Smith. You see him and hear him all across ESPN. Stephen A., welcome into Kyle and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin. We are taking in the fact that this is less than 24 hours of Giannis not being a Milwaukee Buck. What was your reaction when you saw that the deal was done with the Miami Heat late last night?
Well, it was inevitable. We all know that he wanted out and he was going to leave, and Milwaukee was going to have to make that happen. To go to Miami, I don't think that it was highway robbery to get Tyler Hero, who's an all-star caliber player and knows how to make shots, a guy like Jaquez, a 7'2", 7'3" dude in Ware who can shoot the basketball, along with 3 first-round picks. I think that you've got some pieces to build upon. Nobody's Giannis, who I believe to be is one of the top 5 players on the planet. Nobody's him, but in the same breath, you've had him over the last 4 or 5 years, and it really hasn't gotten you anywhere because you haven't had much around him due to injuries and a lot of chaos that took place and what have you. So because of that, it is what it is. So you have to at some point move in a different direction, and I applaud the Milwaukee Bucks for making sure they got compensation for him as opposed to letting him walk out of the door and they get nothing.
You talk about compensation. There was also another offer on the table from the Boston Celtics. Do you think that Jaylen Brown would have been a better selection for the Milwaukee Bucks to try to at least convince him that maybe he can look at his next phase of his career in Milwaukee?
No. I think that if you had Jaylen Brown here, he's a downgraded version of Giannis, meaning Giannis is your number one option. He's the star of the team, and everything evolves around him. But that didn't do much for you over the last 5 years or so. Jaylen Brown is obviously a terrific player, all-star caliber, MVP candidate, who propelled the Boston Celtics to the number 2 seed with 56 wins this past season. But in the same breath, he's bringing that one mentality, that guy, I'm the guy mentality to the franchise. And because of that, you can talk about building around him or what have you, but it still would have been difficult. I think in this particular scenario where you're making sure you're getting multiple picks, pick swaps, 3 first-round picks, all-star caliber guard, and some talent that can be in the lineup for you and producing around it. I think that's relative. I think that's basically helpful, and I think that's something that you have to take into consideration as well. I'm not questioning Jaylen Brown's game, not by any stretch, but the elite level of play that Giannis provided is going to be somewhat of an upgrade from what Jaylen Brown gives you. And on top of it all, you got to have a situation where a guy is anxious to prove that he's worthy of being the number one dude, and you have to wonder what kind of effect that's going to have on the team and the franchise as a whole moving forward. And that's why I think this was the better way to go for Milwaukee.
Stephen A. Smith joining us here on Kyle and Brust on the Yingling guest line in light of Giannis Antetokounmpo being traded to the Miami Heat. To me, Stephen, Giannis Antetokounmpo made it very clear on his Brother Thanalysis podcast, The Analysis Show, that his goal is to win a second championship, to help his legacy in the basketball world. Do you think with this move that he is closer and will win a championship in the second half of his career outside of Milwaukee?
Well, I definitely think he's closer to it than he would have been had he stayed in Milwaukee. I don't think there's any way around that. And this is not to denigrate the Milwaukee Bucks organization in any way. They've done everything that they could to appease Giannis over the years. And I think Giannis has to own some of the problems because, for example, when you had Adrian Griffin there coaching, I mean, he got let go when his record was like 31-13. And there was things that Giannis didn't want to capitulate to, things that he didn't want to do. And ultimately that guy was forced out after he succeeded Mike Budenholzer. We get all of that. But he has to own it because that didn't turn out to be the greatest move in the world with Doc Rivers coming on board. That's not to blame anybody. It just didn't work out. Middleton being hurt and ultimately moving on, Damian Lillard getting hurt, ultimately moving on back to Portland, some of the ancillary parts that you had available to you that helped propel you to a championship just wasn't there anymore, and the culture definitely was compromised. And so because of that, you have to look at it from that standpoint and say to yourself, it was time to move on. There's no doubt about that. In Miami, you have an organization led by Pat Riley, who one is a coach, one is a player, one is a coach, one is an executive, and clearly is one of the elite to have ever done it. So you have that going on. You have a Hall of Fame coach in Eric Spoelstra. You have a culture that's firmly established. And so there's nothing to guess about or whatever. There's nothing to figure out other than what players are you going to evolve around him. And then he's got a guy in Bam Adebayo who's an all-star caliber player, a gold medalist, somebody that definitely is a defensive wizard as well, who's versatile and can play and can defend anybody from that front line. You got to pay attention to all of that stuff as well. And Bobby Portis, as y'all well know, is no scrub. And he's somebody that's very, very familiar with playing with Giannis. So the combination of all of those things, I think, are the kind of things that would help Giannis along. And I'm glad you brought up the thing about the championship because it's amazing that Giannis admits this, but everybody was, all in their feelings when I brought up over a year ago that if Giannis, it would definitely affect his legacy if Giannis never wins another championship. In no way was I questioning his greatness. I know how great he is, but because he's so great, even though the circumstances are things that ultimately evolve to being out of his control, if Giannis Antetokounmpo ends up ending his NBA career and he only has one championship to show for it, it's going to be looked upon differently because as great as he is and as great as he has been and as much time as he had moving forward in his career, to spend the last part of his career not winning a championship after having won it when he was like 26 years old or however old he was at that time, that's not the greatest look in the world. At some point in time, folks are going to ask you what happened. Why the hell did you, being one of the top 5 players in the world, 6'11", a downhill player, having everybody on their heels, averaging 30 and 12 in your sleep, how the hell did you walk away with just one championship? So I think it's the right attitude for him to have, to be hungry for another shot at a championship. He should be thinking along those lines. He was right to have that kind of attitude, and he was right to insist that it might have been time to move on, in my opinion.
Shifting back to the Milwaukee Bucks and who they got back in the deal, Tyler Hero from Milwaukee County, not exactly from the city, but he's somebody that a lot of people are speculating could still get traded. If you're the GM of the Milwaukee Bucks, John Horst, are you moving Tyler Hero to try to get more assets versus bring him into the season?
It all depends on what you can get. It all depends on what you can get. You don't want to, unless you want to tank, you want to compete. And Tyler Hero is the person that can help you compete. He can make some big shots. He's shown that he can do it. And the moment isn't too big for him because a lot of times you see a lot of these guys that can really, really play until the moment demands that they do. And then all of a sudden they don't show up. Take James Harden, for example. James Harden is a future Hall of Famer. James Harden is somebody that has been an all-world player, that's a league MVP, that has led the league in scoring and all of this other stuff. But let a game 6 or 7 show up and you can't even recognize them. We don't know how to explain it. It just happens. And so everybody ain't built for the moment, but Tyler Hero is. And so, again, the question is, can Milwaukee evolve a squad with him and around him that can get him to those moments where you can call upon him to be great, to be heroic? That's really the question mark. And if you don't think you could do that, but there are other teams that need somebody like him that believe that he can do it, well, then guess what? That's a different animal altogether, because then they might be willing to give you the equitable assets you're looking for in order to let him go and to let him get away. That's what you have to consider. And so outside of that, I can't rule it out, but in the same breath, you got to think about what kind of play he is, how he's shown up in big moments. And there may be teams out there that are willing to throw some compensation in your direction because they need exactly what he provides.
So, I mean,
and that's the question mark.
Stephen A., but what the big thing is, do you think Tyler Hero can actually get the Bucks to where they want to go?
No, I'm not implying that at all. I don't think that he can do that alone. I mean, he's not a superstar in this game. You know, he's a really good player who can be an all-star for you. But that's about as far as, and he will show up in big moments. Make no mistake about it. He's somebody, I don't mind the ball in his hands with the game on the line. That's absolutely positively true. But is he a superstar caliber player? No, he's not that.
Stephen A. Smith joining us on the England Guest Hotline. One more before we let you go. We appreciate you giving us some time on this busy NBA draft day. What should Bucks fans make of the fact that Jimmy Haslam has now traded Myles Garrett, Giannis Antetokounmpo? He's the owner of the Browns. He's taking more of a leadership role and maybe getting more ownership of the Bucks. I mean, does anything good come with Jimmy Haslam?
Hasn't yet. That's the best way to say it. I mean, look, let's keep it a buck. I mean, you know, listen, he disrupted the whole NFL market when he went out there and gave Deshaun Watson $230 million to be his NFL quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, fully guaranteed. Up until that time, no quarterback in history had $230 million fully guaranteed until Deshaun Watson got that. And we all know how awful he has been since he arrived in Cleveland, albeit for a lot of personal reasons that derailed him, and then obviously a bevy of injuries. We get that part. But you see Jimmy Haslam and what he's done with the Cleveland Browns, there was no reason to be excited about him being an owner for the Milwaukee Bucks. And so now that he's involved in this, listen, I can't blame him for Giannis because when it comes to Giannis, I mean, Giannis wanted out. You know, Giannis may not have said it publicly, but all of us knew. Everybody that covers the NBA, it was one of the worst kept secrets in the history of the NBA. We all knew. And so he got his wish to get up out of there. You had to do it if you're the Milwaukee Bucks because you can't have a guy like him of his caliber who wants to be out, who missed, you know, a large percentage of his games this past season due to injury, and has been injured on frequent occasions over the last 3 or 4 years, by the way. Only won one playoff series in the last 10 that he's been in. You can't have that guy coming into next season clearly stating to you that he wanted out and you didn't get that done. It would have been a disaster for you guys. Now you can move ahead. You can plot accordingly. You got a future to think about. You've got what I think is like the 13th pick in this draft tonight. You've got some assets, you know, that you've acquired as well. And you just move on from here. That's all you can do. And I think if you're a Milwaukee Bucks fan, here's what you lean on. Giannis has been in the building all of these years. And that run to the championship where he dropped a 50-piece in the Game 6 against Phoenix and was obviously all-world and did what he did and one of the great defensive plays in NBA playoff history, the way he did in that series, he won that championship. But ever since then, y'all have struggled to be average. It's been a while. And it was time to move in a different direction because even with Giannis there, as a team, you just didn't appear to be going anywhere. It was time to make a move, and now you can move forward.
Well, if James Dolan can do it, maybe there's a hope that Jimmy Haslam can find a way. We appreciate your time.
That's a great way to say it because I never believed in my wildest dreams my Knicks was going to win a championship with James Dolan as the owner. And look what happened. So miracles do happen. That is true.
There it is. Thank you, Stephen A.
All right, y'all take care.
Stephen A. Smith. He's ESPN. When you think of ESPN, given the latest on Giannis being traded to the Miami Heat. And as always, I'm going to tell you where you can go for all the best events on TV. Maybe the NBA draft. Maybe you're excited for the 10th and 13th overall pick because you should be, because that's what the Bucks are banking on for their future right now and what those picks turn out to be. It's going to be on a 2,000 square foot video wall at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. All day brunch, steak and eggs specials. You have build your own burger, desserts highlighted by the MVP Turtles Sundae, tons of cold beverages. You got to head over there for all of your soccer events, all of the sports watching events on that 2,000 square foot video wall, not to mention bingo, table games, and slot machines. Joining us after Stephen A. Smith is our legend, in a way.
Oh, does he know why he got bumped?
He'll be cranky no matter what. Mark and New Berlin, don't you go anywhere. I can't wait for your unhinged reaction to Giannis as well. Yeah. Mark Tauscher, the Packers Hall of Famer, NBA fan as well, joins us next.
You're dealing with Kyle and Brust.
Trust me.
What do you mean trust you?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling. Trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
At Associated Bank, we know it's not always fun thinking about saving. You know what is fun? Not thinking about it. That's why we call it automated savings. You save automatically. How much you want, how often you want, for whatever you want. And if you don't know how much to save, well, that's why we're here. We'll suggest an amount so you hit your target without ever thinking about it. See, saving can be fun, especially when it's automatic. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust here for Road America, America's National Park of Speed. Get out of the house this summer and enjoy a great weekend at Road America, located conveniently between Milwaukee and Green Bay in Elkhart Lake. This legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road course has been hosting the world's best racers since 1955. Bring the whole family. Kids 16 and under get in free with a paying adult at the gate. Camp on site, explore the grounds, and take in racing your way. It's more than a race, it's a full-day experience. Trans Am is up next at Road America, coming June 26th through the 28th. Come for the experience, stay for the race. Get your tickets today at roadamerica.com.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Since January, I've already lost 40 pounds and dropped a couple pant sizes. This program has been simple, safe, and their team has helped me every step of the way. Best of all, it's built to help keep the weight off for good. If you're looking for a weight loss program that works, Milwaukee Weight Loss is it. For a limited time, get $200 off with our summer special. Book your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
Wisconsin, let's talk about something near and dear to my heart. Beer. Specifically, great beer. And if you haven't met Yingling yet, Allow me to introduce you. Yuengling is the oldest brewery in America, founded in Pottsville, PA in 1829. 197 years, 6 generations of family-owned brewing. Do you know how they became America's oldest brewery? By making great beer. This is a real American beer. Smooth, rich, and finally here in Wisconsin. So grab a Yuengling, raise a glass, and celebrate history the way it was meant to be celebrated, by drinking it. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
One call, that's all. It's not just a slogan, but a way of life at Gruber Law Offices. If you've been injured, call our team today. We've represented tens of thousands of injured Wisconsinites for well over 30 years. Trust Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Watch your step. You're with Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Joining us on the Yuengling guest hotline is Packers Hall of Famer, host of Willie and Tausch, Mark Tauscher. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America and officially in Wisconsin. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. Old T, what's going on?
What's good, fellas?
Well, it's a loaded question. I think reacting and trying to digest Giannis no longer being a Milwaukee Buck is something that I know you talk about the 5 stages of grief. Where do you think you're at in this one?
Acceptance. I'm there. I think we've had enough time to kind of see this thing coming and understand it. And there was never a ton of anger. The only thing I won't even say angry, but I'm a little bit irritated by was this should have happened last year. All the reporting and all of the stuff that kind of has come out and the way the season played out and the way kind of the conversations have been. I think Giannis has known that it was heading in the wrong direction and it wasn't a great fit. And I think you could have ended up probably getting a lot more out of the trade. He could have had another year where maybe it was in a spot that he felt better about. So that's the only part of it that I'm kind of irritated about. But, you know, when Paschke joined us this morning, there's just so many great things that occurred in the 13-year run. And while things are always going to end in a goofy and messy way from an athletic standpoint, it seems as if with your star players, there's so much great and so many positive things that happen that it's hard to get too upset about anything.
So wait, so Tausch, what you're saying is that had the Bucks, I don't know, been a 6th seed this year, won 43 games this season, you still would have thought that the Bucks should have did it that last offseason?
Well, that's not what happened, though. I mean, everybody knew that this was where it was headed, and we all heard the reports last summer that Giannis wanted to go to New York, and everybody's like, oh, that's BS, all this because of all of the earlier reporting, and I think the jadedness that Wisconsin sports fans have for the national media, and especially some of ESPN's insiders, there was that vibe was kind of pushed off to the side, but there's obviously a lot of truth in it. And when the people in charge know that that's all going on, it's almost as if you're trying to force yourself into thinking that it could still be salvaged in a situation that wasn't salvageable. And so, yeah, I mean, obviously if they were a 6th seed this year and made the playoffs and things, it would have been a lot different, but that's not the reality of where they were. And it's definitely not the reality of how the season played out.
I wouldn't say this is anger either, but since we're there, confusion as to why Giannis made such a strong stance after the deadline of I'm not leaving, I'm not bleeping leaving from the Wolf of Wall Street.
I think, Benny, it's just an immaturity. Like, I think all of this comes down to, Giannis came in as an 18-year-old young kid, didn't really, just was figuring things out. And as things continued on, this is one of those situations where you just need to kind of speak the truth and let everybody know where your head's at, and then you either solve that problem or you move on. And I think Giannis did not want to be the bad guy. He loves Milwaukee. I think he loved his time with the Milwaukee Bucks, and that time came to an end. And instead of kind of just owning that and saying it's going to be best for everybody to move on, which would have been best for everybody, he didn't want to be the bad guy. And I think that's how it shook out. And unfortunately, it ended up not being great on either end. And now we'll see kind of how these paths end up going as Giannis finishes his career somewhere else.
Towers, when you look at what the Bucks had with the trade options with Jaylen Brown, are you happy that they ended up going with looking towards the future versus trying to maybe build around somebody else?
Yeah, Evan joined us, and he was kind of saying he was shocked, and obviously he's a big Heat fan. But I guess the question I'd have to ask is, what could we have gotten if we had traded for Brown? And could we have gotten 3 firsts and maybe one that's really high this year with the Clippers? I don't know the answer to that.
Uh-huh.
So without knowing that answer, I thought this needed to be a total rebuild. I don't think getting a really good player and an All-Pro or whatever they call All-NBA, however they call that, with Jaylen Brown.
You can just say Finals
I don't
MVP. That works.
I don't think that was going to move the needle enough that we would say, oh, now we can build here and win a championship with Brown. Maybe I'll be wrong on that.
No, you're right. I mean, it looked very similar to last year.
That's the feeling that I got. So I'm totally on board now. Whether or not the Heat gave up enough or they didn't, that'll be remain to be seen. But I don't love. There needs to be more, and I hope that the Milwaukee Bucks kind of repurpose some of the assets that they got, and we'll see if they end up doing this rebuild right, because there's a huge – they don't have any picks. I mean, there aren't any picks for 5 – it's a while after tonight.
Control of picks, and you just talk about doing a rebuild right. Me and you, I think we're the GM guys. I think we kind of like these GMs, but we hold them accountable. Do you trust that John Horst is going to be able to make those 2 picks tonight and be able to rebuild this Milwaukee Bucks team for the future?
That's a great question. Obviously, his draft and how things have not been great in the last stretch. I don't know how many.
Said 4 first-round picks since 2017, but where he's picked in the draft is not where he's picking tonight.
Yeah, there's issues. And so am I super confident about it? No, I'm not. But I think, it's really hard for me to jump too much into that, because when you start thinking about what John Horst's job was, is now completely different. His job was to build a contender around Giannis, building pieces that fit, veterans that can help win a championship now, and that changes the dynamic. And I know you could say, well, you need to draft good players. Well, no blank. They also have to fit with what you're trying to do with Giannis, because you're so caught up in making sure you keep him happy. Now I think you get kind of that reset. Now it's looking at bringing in the best talent and developing it. So I think while John Horst's draft record isn't great, I do think you need to put a little asterisk by it and say, yes, indeed, but he traded a lot of those picks. There's a lot, the picks were in the 20s and the 20s. So I'm going to give him a little bit of a grace period, but as far as confidence-wise, I think he's got to earn that, because the task ahead is pretty big.
Taushi, how will you remember Giannis Antetokounmpo as a Milwaukee Buck?
Champion. Absolute champion. I think someone that probably helped keep Milwaukee here, the Bucks in Milwaukee, revitalized an entire part of town. There's just not a ton of things that you could say other than just a champion and an unbelievable representative for everything that you want. Now, it ended poorly. Didn't love his approach the last 18 months, but you certainly had to respect and love the approach he had for the first 10 years.
Well, Old T, we appreciate the time and look forward to continuing to hear your insight on Wilde and Tausch.
Thanks, fellas.
That's Old T, Mark Tauscher, Packer Hall of Famer, and he knows a lot about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, as do I, because I've gotten new windows and doors from them on the first floor, and the back doors coming in this summer because I love working with them. It's always a honest conversation with straightforward pricing, and they help you find the right fit for your home. And it's not everything needs to be done all at once. You can work within your time frame, within your budget with them. And the best part is the same team that manufactures the windows is also selling, installing, and servicing them. So if there's anything that comes up, you know who to go to, and they'll be there for you when you need them. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. You should schedule your in-home consultation that is free at PellaWI.com. That's PellaWI.com. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and text line, reacting to all of your feelings and thoughts as Giannis Antetokounmpo has been traded to the Miami Heat. We'll hear from you. Get to a whole lot more next.
You're along for the ride with Kyle and Brust
If you suck, I'm going to say you suck.
on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. On this show, it's always football season.
I'm not overly concerned because it seems as if Green Bay's not overly concerned.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody over there feels like this team was there. We got short-circuited with injuries. We have the right staff, we have the right people, and we have the right players. We just need to stay healthy, and we'll be champions.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
ESPN Wisconsin's Game Nights will here for Events by Design. You want people to actually show up for your community event, charity gala, or nonprofit fundraiser while making a memorable impression on them. Events by Design turns those moments into meaningful experiences that engage your audience and bring your mission to life. They manage everything: designing, planning, production. No stress, no loose ends. Just an experience your guests remember, exponentially benefiting your cause. Get started today. Just search online. Events by Design. They design, you party.
Congratulations, New York. The Knicks did it. Through battle after battle, they dominated to become this year's NBA champions. Day in and day out, the hard work paid off, and you were there every step of the way. Enjoy the crown. Own it, because this year is your year. A part of your legacy that will never be forgotten. So celebrate this moment, show your pride, and shop the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor. If it's a celebrate or tailgate, when you're gonna recreate upstate. If it's a holiday, birthday, any date, you can save at discount liquor.
It's the world's largest music festival, and you'll be there compliments of Discount Liquor. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. There is no other party like Summerfest. Buy any one 15-pack of 16-ounce aluminum bottles of Miller Lite, Coors Light, or Coors Banquet, or any one 12-pack of Happy Thursday Spiked Refresher, and receive one free Summerfest ticket. Visit us at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and in Barstow and Maine in downtown Waukesha.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings.
See us for your free Summerfest ticket, and check out our specials at DiscountLiquorInc.com.
Discount liquor. Shop the pig.
The heart of this country is local. It's neighbors looking out for neighbors. It's small businesses that know your name. At Piggly Wiggly, the people who run your store live right here, right alongside you. And when you shop with us, every dollar stays in the community we all call home. Stop in today and see the difference shopping local really makes. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
The last weekend in June, experience the excitement as the Epson Tour's rising stars compete in the Island Resort Championship at Sweetgrass, the ultimate fan-friendly golf event with great views and chances to meet the next generation of LPGA players. Tickets are $10 and kids get in free. June 26th through the 28th, the Island Resort Championship at Sweetgrass. For tournament details and to explore our premier golf destination, visit islandresortgolf.com today.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Let the good times roll. Kyle and Brust are back on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It's over. The Bucks have done it. The long wait has ended. After a half-century, the Milwaukee Bucks are NBA champions once again. The emotions come pouring out. One of the greatest nights in Milwaukee sports history ends in a coronation and the brilliance of the young man from Athens.
Man, the visuals of the Deer District, the 80,000 strong outside of Fiserv Forum in the Deer District were amazing, and I know the way that Milwaukee was viewed nationally was awesome. Everyone was jealous that they weren't a part of what the Milwaukee Bucks did in winning a championship in 2021. It's Kyle and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin. Giannis last night has been traded to the Miami Heat. And let's go to Mark in New Berlin at 800-990-3776, the Carbless Talking text line. You've been after Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm sure you're just so happy.
Happy Tuesday! Thank God we got rid of him. Only 2 teams were even fighting for him, and Celtics didn't even try. They didn't even try. Nobody wanted him. He turned into a diva. He was Aaron Rodgers 2.0. We had his whole family on the team. Like Miles Turner said, he came on the airplane for away games. He showed up 2 hours late. What a diva. Thank God he's gone. And you guys should be happy at ESPN. Your big owner, Carlson, he's going to be giving away those front row ticket seats like free popcorn at a theater. He's not going to go on to see A.J. Green. Betty, you're going to be sitting in the front row next to Gruber. You know, come on now, be happy. You can go to your local thrift store now, Goodwill. Buy Giannis's jerseys by the pound. Not by the jersey, they're selling them like by 5 pounds.
Mark, you're just not appreciating. You don't appreciate
gone.
anything. Do you appreciate anything? He brought a championship to this city. Do you have any appreciation for what he did?
It's what has he done for us lately. You know that's the whole sports. That's the whole sports model. What has he done for us lately?
I'm asking you if you have any appreciation for what he did.
I have a lot of appreciation for what he did. He brought us a championship.
How old are you,
A
Mark, in
COVID
New Berlin?
championship. I'm so happy for that.
How old are you, Mark?
We were eliminated from the playoffs how many times in the first round? Am I happy for
Mark,
that?
he doesn't
No.
listen,
He
Kyle.
was a
He doesn't
diva.
answer questions.
He held us hostage.
Mark, I don't know how old you are, but if you're old enough to have seen the first championship, you probably barely remember it. And so to sit here and not be appreciative of somebody who brought this city a championship ring is absolutely ridiculous, and we shouldn't stand for it. We should be happy that we had the opportunity to watch Giannis, and we should be happy that we actually won a championship because of Giannis.
When are you going to also learn that I'm just, I know that he's never going to, you could say it till he's blue in the face. He's not going to change. It's Mark in New Berlin.
Usually Mark's spot on, but this was...
No, he's not. What do you mean usually Mark's spot on?
Well, he was spot on the most important thing.
Eric in Chicago,
Ferrari.
you're on the Carbless Talking text line. What do you got on Giannis?
Token Tuesday, because he is, I guess, a regular caller.
Say that again.
Relatively new listener, how are you guys today?
We're doing well, Eric. Sorry, we missed you for the first part there.
Oh, good. I was calling out the last caller for being a little bit high on a Token Tuesday.
Yeah, no,
Is it
probably
okay
is.
to do that?
Ain't no doubt.
Yeah, you good to do that.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, he is on something. Listen, I wanted to talk to you guys though, because listening to Stephen A. and you guys not crushing his argument that Giannis is just an okay player with one championship, with all the things he went through, that everybody in Wisconsin and Madison and Milwaukee, statewide and nationwide, know, basketball fans know, that these injuries and bad luck led to that one championship. Yes, we could have gone on if only certain things didn't happen. Why didn't you guys call out Stephen A?
Well, I didn't call out Stephen A because Stephen A didn't say he was an okay player. He just said for his legacy.
For his legacy, if he only has one championship.
Which is 100%
It's
correct.
true. And Giannis has said this himself. And I'm actually going to play that clip on the other side so there's more context as to why I brought up him wanting to win a second championship. Maybe he went too far in saying the things he did to you, but ultimately, when it comes down to Giannis and his legacy long term, a lot of people have one championship, but he considers himself one of the best players of all time, and you do go up a step when you have 2 championships. Fair?
He said one of the best players of all time currently. I don't know if that makes sense, but currently one of the top 5 players. Absolutely correct on that. But I would have thought that you guys having a national guy on your show, which is great that you've got the opportunity to do that, but you got to be the voice of Bucks fans and say, hey, there are reasons that this happened.
Well, I think what we forget here is that, do you remember in that series against the Brooklyn Nets? I love my Bucks championship run, but you do realize in that series against the Brooklyn Nets, who was the last man standing for the Brooklyn Nets?
I'm just saying there's good luck, bad luck.
So there's injuries everywhere, right? Like, yeah, we had injuries that derailed our season, but hell, the Toronto Raptors won a championship because of injuries that happened. So we're not exclusive when it comes to these injuries, but I think there's a lot of merit in what he's saying. Overall, his legacy, yes, us in Milwaukee, I'm happy that we got our championship, and I would never, ever, ever, ever not be appreciative of it. But the fact of the matter is that, yes, we had injuries derail us just like many other teams did as well. He needs to win a second one for him to become a super legend.
Yeah, and there's many reasons. I agree that they didn't win a second championship, and it was unlucky. There was injuries, there was timing. It sucks.
But
I wish there was two.
We never got to another final, right? So I'm just, I defend
Chris's
Giannis.
knee in 2022. Damn it!
Yeah,
I'm sure he was on the couch rehabbing.
I think that Boston series was ours to have.
I'm sure he was on the couch enjoying some nice, comfy beds, rehabbing with that knee.
Oh, I know. I'm sure he was. But if you are looking to upgrade your home, I have the perfect selection for you. It's by working with our friends at Steinhoffels. Steinhoffels is here. They're local, and they will support you. And Steinhoffels Furniture and Mattress is celebrating America 250 with huge savings for your home. Right now, save up to 30% store-wide. Plus, get a $250 MasterCard when you spend $29.99 or more. Whether you're shopping for a new sofa, a bedroom set, a dining room, or mattress, now's the perfect time to save big and bring home the styles that you love. Celebrate the Steinhoffels America 250 sale by shopping in store at Steinhoffels or always or anytime at steinhoffels.com.
Here's what I want to do, because a lot has come up now on Giannis's legacy and second championship. This was the moment that I knew that if the Bucks could not provide him the best chance to win a championship, he would look to move on. It was when he was on Thanalis' show with his brother, and he talked about what he wants in the future. That's next in 2 minutes.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. For 70 years, Geis has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geisdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Hey, better. Swing into Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee for the $300,000 Big League Series. Just play with your rewards card over 3 months to earn entries. Here's the lineup. Leading off April, on deck May, in the hole June. All monthly entries you earn will roll into drawings on Friday, June 26th, where you could win cash, free play, or one of 3 new Toyota vehicles. It's the $300,000 Big League Series, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
When you work smart, incredible things can happen. By joining Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers, you'll open the door to a brighter future. You'll learn and earn more. Enjoy awesome benefits across the board. Build a great career and feel empowered and supported every step of the way. The smartest career decision you'll ever make starts with Smart 18. Find out more today at smart18info.com.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
This is Brian Balaga. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN.
94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle and Brust on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. With Kyle Wallace, here's Ben Brust.
Kyle and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin, reacting with you, the K&B fam, at 800-990-3776, the Carbless talk and text line, to the news of Giannis Antetokounmpo being traded late last night to the Miami Heat. We've had Stephen A. Smith on, we've had Mark Tauscher on, we've had you, the K&B fam, reacting with us. But ultimately, the major point of conversation that I want to bring up right now is this second championship idea with Giannis and his legacy. To me, this was back in May 20th of 2025. This is after the Milwaukee Bucks lost to the Indiana Pacers and in their third straight first-round exit. This was the moment when I heard this where I was like, if the Bucks don't figure out whatever they have left to leverage in giving Giannis Antetokounmpo the best chance to win a championship, this is telling of what he's looking for beyond a supermax and money.
I love all that, but that's in the past. And the way you won then, that's not the way you're going to win in the future, right? So that's in the past. Now we just gotta create some new memories. So yeah, I'm trying to win a second ring, man. I really believe it. And I'll say this here. This is one of my goals. Like, everybody plays to win, but like me not having a second championship, like, I look back at my career and everybody can say, oh, he had an incredible career, active Hall of Famer, first ballot, whatever. But like me, my personal goal, like, if I'm not able to help my team win a second ring, like, I'm letting down myself. Like, I really want to win the second one. Hopefully I do it. Hopefully I'm healthy.
He'd be letting himself down if he didn't win a second championship. That was the moment where I looked everything differently through the Milwaukee Bucks' view with Giannis.
Yeah, I mean, because that lets you know that it's not just about what he does for this organization. It's about what he does for his own legacy. He's chasing his own legacy. He once tweeted that legends don't go chasing like other teams or other players, but he learned legends go chasing rings the best way that they can, and you just can't sit here and be in a place where you don't think that you can win a championship. Especially at this age when he's on the back end of his career, he can't focus on trying to do a rebuild in a city like Milwaukee. It is extremely hard. What he's learned is that I can't think of one high-caliber player that the Milwaukee Bucks have attracted to sign. Everything had to be trade. They had to trade for Drew Holiday, and they had to develop for guys. Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis, P.J. Tucker, all these guys, they had to, they signed them, but none of the guys were superstars, right? And it's hard to win a championship without developing a roster or being able to put a whole bunch of superstars together. And he knows good enough, like anybody else, that Milwaukee ain't attractive enough to get somebody to come be here. Miami, though? Miami? Now, that's attractive.
I don't like the way you just got excited like that.
Shoot. I like the sun. I like the beach.
Okay, enough out of you, Mr. 414.
Like the view.
Tonight feels like an early Screaming Sicilian frozen pizza Wednesday and Friday. It's gonna be a Wednesday and Friday type frozen pizza Friday and Wednesday for me because of Palermo's, because they got a 2-week BOGO going on at Pick and Save and Metro Market. Stock up on Screamin' Sicilian Original or Thin and Crispy, both my favorites. Go OG Screamin' and Thin and Crispy, so you have a little bit of a thicker pizza and the Thin and Crispy, which my daughter loves at 2.5. She stuffs down pizza, as she calls it. Frozen Pizza Friday is a staple in our household, and you can get the BOGO offer June 17th through the 30th, so you still got a lot of time. Still got 7 days to stock up on a BOGO. Buy one, get one free at Pick and Save and Metro Market, courtesy of Palermo's and Screamin' Sicilian. Taste what all that screaming is about. Joining us next is Tim McMahon, ESPN NBA reporter, to give us the latest. He's also part of the Hoop Collective podcast with ESPN. He's next.
You're experiencing Kyle and Brust.
Roughishly.
What two words did he combine? He wanted to combine partially with rough.
Yeah, roughishly.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Eastbound 94, right at the ramp from Mitchell Boulevard. The two right lanes are blocked with a crash. So we are definitely seeing delays in that neck of the woods. We've also got delays westbound 94 from about 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. We've also got an accident on 41 northbound at Hampton that's blocking the right lane. That's got things solidly backed up all the way to Mayfair Road. So do be prepared for those big delays. Southbound, everybody's got to look at it. So we got delays from about Good Hope Road all the way down past Hampton. And then on southbound 894, backups now from National Avenue down and around the Hale interchange to Forest Home. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. John Neal and his team know how to minimize your taxes. You earned it. They help you keep it. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Increasing clouds and storms to the north and west. A low of 57 tomorrow. Scattered showers and storms throughout the day. Some could be strong later in the evening. A high of 77. Weather is brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
All the biggest voices, all in one place. The Yingling Legends Line. Exclusive insight from Hall of Famers, All-Stars, and Game Changers, all on the Yingling Legends Line.
Brian Braun, I appreciate you joining us here on Kyle and Brust.
But we just wanted to have fun. You know, baseball's a game of failure and adversity. It's such a long season. You want to find ways to enjoy the success when you have good moments.
The Yingling Legends Line. Crack open a Yingling lager and raise a toast to an American tradition. D.G. Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
You've already put in the work. Now there's a way to make it count towards your degree. At Lakeland University, your work and life experience can earn you college credit, helping you finish faster, saving time and money. With flexible evening and online classes, plus multiple start dates, Lakeland fits your life. Study 100% online at one of our 6 locations across Wisconsin or on our residential campus in Sheboygan County. Customize your degree to fit your life, your goals, your future, without missing the moments that matter, at work or at home. Your experience matters here. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jen Latta. I've spent my career around athletes, coaches, and people looking for an edge. That's why I was so impressed when I visited Revival in Brookfield. From kickboxing-inspired fitness, Kaiser cutting-edge performance training, yoga, bar, Pilates, and a suite of recovery experiences that include red light therapy, infrared sauna, cold plunge, and contrast therapy, Revival is redefining fitness and wellness all under one roof. Limited Tier 1 memberships are now available while they last. Schedule a tour today at revivalbrookfield.com.
Hi, we're the Woodmans. I'm Clint. I'm Phil, saving you tons of money in the meat department. 20-ounce Simply Potatoes, 2 for $5 or $2.59 each, or 1 pound Indiana Kitchen Bacon, $3.99. Ikarama hot prices in the meat department. Simply Potatoes, 2 for $5 or Indiana Kitchen Bacon, $3.99. Enjoy these great prices in the meat department. Better products, better prices, better service, because we're employee-owned.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Your next great round begins at Sweetgrass and Sage Run at the Island Resort and Casino. Book early in the week for best availability. Beginning in July, Stay and Play guests can preview the brand new 9-hole Cedar course, inspired by the golden age of golf. At the island, your golf trip becomes a full resort experience with relaxing spa treatments and exceptional dining to thrilling casino action. Plan your golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
Have no fear, the chaos is here. Lucky you. This is Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin. We are reacting with you to the news of Giannis Antetokounmpo being traded to the Miami Heat. Joined now on the Yingling guest hotline by Tim McMahon, ESPN NBA reporter. Welcome into the show. How are you?
Howdy, partners. How you doing?
Oh, you know.
Howdy, huh?
Yeah,
Where you from, Tim?
He's based in Dallas, Kyle.
Okay. That's right. He is based in Dallas.
That would make sense by the howdy.
Yeah,
It's not as much howdy for us today when Giannis is no longer with the Bucks.
I mean, were you caught by surprise?
No.
No, you weren't.
No, but there's still the stages of grief, you know?
I understand. It was a divorce that needed to happen. You know, staying together for the kids. The kids weren't happy anymore. I mean, it reached a point where this saga needed to end. It doesn't change everything that Giannis accomplished in Milwaukee. The banner still hangs. His jersey will still hang in those rafters one day. But I understand, like, it is a difficult, a divorce is never a pleasant thing to experience, and that's what this is. You know, certainly I'm sure people in Milwaukee for a long time, maybe even until the very end. Thought Giannis would be theirs forever. But again, it reached a point where the Bucks were mediocre with him. So enduring the misery and the constant uncertainty and the just, continuing to mortgage the future to try to put him in a situation where he had a chance to contend and failing, and then that leads to more unhappiness. That cycle just had to end. And honestly, I think it was a year late. Certainly, you would prefer to do this before waiving and stretching Dame and signing Miles Turner to that contract and all those things. But given the circumstances, once they finally reached a decision, I thought they actually did okay on the return, considering that everybody knew they had to trade Giannis by the draft.
So that being said, Tim, what would you do as a next step? Are you trying to flip Tyler Hero? Are you trying to flip the rest of the roster? You're the Milwaukee Bucks. You've just traded a generational superstar that brought you a championship for the first time in 50 years. This is uncharted waters for Horst building a team like this. What would you do?
Well, I would obviously be willing to listen to offers about Tyler Hero, solicit offers on Tyler Hero, but I wouldn't feel any pressure to trade him. I think the thing that I like about what they did is they took a long-term view instead of just trying to be as good as possible next year. Because if we're being honest, as good as possible was a pretty low ceiling. You were a sub-500 team when Giannis was on the floor last year. So, making a deal for Jaylen Brown, you still weren't going to be a playoff team, almost certainly. And in this deal, you get two swings at a lottery pick in this year's draft. It's hard to sit there, I understand, as a fan and be excited about, a 2030 swap, a 2031 first rounder, a 2033 first rounder. But those at least have upside potential, when you look at what Giannis's age will be then. And, I just think that it's funny because the way it worked out didn't pan out for the Brooklyn Nets. But in the interim, before they went all in on the super team that fizzled before it ever really had a chance of competing, before they went on that, Brooklyn was able to kind of middle road their way to being a competitive team. I think that's the situation that the Bucks are in now. Try to get as many cracks at young talent as you can. They've got a few interesting young players in this deal, and grow these guys. And at some point, hope to find your next face of the franchise. But listen, obviously, dudes like Giannis don't come along often. There have been two of those guys in the history of the Bucks franchise. Both of them hung banners, and neither of them finished their career in Milwaukee.
Talking about two guys that are legends, I mean, there was a legend down in Dallas that also got moved. Can you tell Bucks fans how we can cope with the sudden loss? And not just sudden, we knew this was coming, but some fans were in denial here in Milwaukee. But the loss of I would say a local legend, with you guys losing Luka down there and also you losing Giannis.
I mean, completely different circumstances because Luka was blindsided and backstabbed by that trade. That was the most shocking. I mean, it was. Luka thought he was signing the Supermax to stay in Dallas that summer, and he ended up getting traded with no heads up whatsoever. He was shocked by it. It was the most shocking trade in NBA history, and it was a one bid deal. It was complete front office malpractice. And I think the most critical thing you can you can criticize the Bucks front office. You can absolutely criticize them, frankly, for waiting as long as they did and mortgaging as much of the franchise's future trying to make this work out with Giannis. At the same time, you can understand having a talent like that and doing whatever you can to hang on as long as possible. But this is a trade that people have seen coming literally for years. And, to John Horst's credit, to the Bucks' credit, people thought Giannis was going to potentially push his way out before they made the Drew Holiday trade, which not only got him to commit to the extension, but was the final piece of a championship puzzle. So completely different circumstances in terms of the way that the trade went down, the pressure, or I will say lack of pressure in the Mavericks case, that was on the franchise
to make the move, and also the simple fact that Giannis got to the top of the mountain in Milwaukee. I mean, he won a championship. Luka got traded months after making it to the finals, but there's no banner hanging in Dallas, or at least there's not a championship banner hanging in Dallas that Luka put up there.
How will Giannis do in Miami? Will Bucks fans be looking at Giannis and thinking, oh my gosh, he's going to win a second championship without us?
Not next year. Not next year. Listen, they gave up a lot in this trade. They've got some serious handcuffs in terms of building the roster out around him and Bam Adebayo. Never underestimate the Heat front office. Obviously, they've been able to win championships down there before, but I just can't see a path of them putting a championship contending team on the floor next season. I think it's going to be a multiple transaction cycle thing. And then, how Giannis does, like, how is he, how's his body going to hold up? There's no question, like, everybody understands this is one of the best players that we've had in the history of the league, certainly in this generation. Hopefully his body doesn't betray him. Just as a fan of basketball, hopefully his body doesn't betray him in Miami, that he can stay healthy and have a chance. But, I think the Heat have a whole lot of work to be done before they can realistically think that they have a chance to make a deep playoff run, much less get a ring.
Well, Tim, we really appreciate the insight on all things Giannis and the NBA, and look forward to hearing more on Hoop Collective with you, Wendy.
All right. Adios, amigos. There
it is. Tim McMahon, ESPN NBA reporter. Kyle and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin.
Is that how they say bye in Texas? Adios, amigos?
He's
howdy and
why
hello
are you
and
so
goodbye.
Confused? Not everyone talks the same way in different areas of the country.
I'm trying to see how do they say goodbye in Texas?
Or it's just his personality. I don't know. You're an interesting cat. You
like
probably
it.
don't just say goodbye.
I like
let's go to Jim in a truck. I want to get back to the K&B fam, your reaction to Giannis Antetokounmpo no longer being a Milwaukee Buck. What do you got on Giannis? 800-990-3776, the Carbus Talking text line, Jim.
Gentlemen, I'm not too upset with him leaving. And I say this is because, again, somebody said earlier, as being a diva. I mean, I want this person on the team. I want that person on the team. I'm not too upset with it just because, as a fan, that's what it is. I'm a fan of the team, not of the individuals. So I'm not too upset with it, and I'm kind of glad he's finally gone. I wish they would have moved him a couple years ago, but I get the way that the NBA works with salaries and everything. But can you answer one question for me? Is there anybody in the NBA that has signed a supermax and won a championship without like the three teams or the three guys with them? I don't know. I can't think of anybody.
Without having, you're saying, like a cast of characters around you?
Well, not a cast of characters. Of course, everybody's got to have a cast of characters. I mean, like the big three. None of them were on a supermax. They were just on big contracts. But the supermax doesn't seem like it's good for a team to sign somebody to a supermax because you limit yourself what you could do with everything else.
Didn't the Heat win? No, none of them signed a supermax.
Well, it's an interesting concept by Jim there because, again, you get the most money as a player when you're with the team that you've been with for a longer period of time with that supermax. And then, again, you did see the Bucks go into the second apron, which is a really technical term of how much they're willing to spend in the luxury tax that gets distributed to other teams just by going over the amount of money that you're spending in the salary cap. So I can't off the top of my head, but also
I think Steph Curry signed a supermax.
That was the first thing that came in my head for the Golden State Warriors because he was a player that's been with them forever. So I imagined he did sign the supermax. But again, if you have a generational talent and you're in a prime and you have a window, of course you do it. Mm-hmm. Now this one didn't make sense for the Bucks, and from a money standpoint, I don't think Giannis. Maybe sure it made sense for the Bucks, but it makes sense for Giannis, right? The Bucks would have wanted Giannis, but Giannis didn't care about money anymore. I just played for you all. Why I think this was coming to a head is because he wants a second championship, and it was hard to see that pathway with how much the Bucks had leveraged during his time as a Buck, and it didn't happen. They didn't get the second championship, but they did win one for the first time in 50 years. So you will look back at this era of time, and it will still be a win for all Bucks fans.
100% will be a win for all Bucks fans.
Let's go to Cam the Man in East Troy. You're on the Carbless Talking text line.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, take it all in with you.
Right. I was actually up pretty late last night, and my buddies randomly text me. They're like, well, there it goes. He's gone. I'm like, no shot. And I look it up, and I'm laying there in bed. The wife is like, what's your problem? And I'm having a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
Like, I know
how
it's
long
coming.
did you stay
I
up
knew it
after
was
that?
coming for
Adrenaline
years.
keep you up to like 2?
Oh my gosh, dude! It kept me up for a good half an hour. I was just laying there in bed, looking up at the ceiling, and then I go, "Wait a minute! I should probably dig into this a little bit more." And then I audibly yelled, "Oh my god!" And she's like, "What?" I'm like, "Bobby's gone." And
The mayor's gone.
The mayor's gone. We got rid of the Greek freak, and we got rid of the mayor. The mayor, honestly, was more surprising than anything. I thought we were going to at least keep him, but I understand the whole situation. But with all these fake fans out here yelling about, good riddance, get rid of this guy, he's no better than Rodgers and all that, they aren't real Wisconsin fans. They are just a bunch of guys that are just out here trying to yell on the radio and be different, things of that nature. The real fans want the best for the big man. No matter where he goes, he is going to always be the Greek freak, whether or not he's wearing green or whether or not he's wearing red. Everybody in Wisconsin is going to wish the best for him. We've always have, and I generally just hope the best for the big guy. And hopefully Milwaukee can do something with all these new young guys and, make something out of it. But, the ball's in their court now, and they're just going to have to figure it out.
Hey, Cam the Man, we appreciate it. I love that you gave yourself a name, Cam the Man. I like Cam's energy.
See, Cam understands. He gets it. He gets it. Like, yeah, we want to cheer for, we're like the Milwaukee Bucks, but Giannis brought us something very special.
And it's okay to appreciate what Giannis brought us. And, again, this summer, if you're looking for that affordable family fun, you know where to go. It's Road America, America's National Park of Speed, located conveniently between Milwaukee, Green Bay, Madison. It's in Elkhart Lake. It is an amazing place where you can camp on site all weekend. Bring the family because kids 16 and under are free with a paying adult at the gate. It's the way racing is meant to be enjoyed, with open views, hills, grass, paddock areas that you can go and enjoy meeting drivers, being around the action. Trans Am is next, coming the 26th through the 28th. So get your tickets at roadamerica.com. It's roadamerica.com. Let's go to Josh and Baraboo. You're on the Carbless Talking text line with Kyle and Brust.
What's going on, fellas?
What do you got for us,
Josh?
Well, I got nothing but love for what Cam just said. I mean, all these
That's
guys
Cam the
calling in
Man.
and saying good riddance. Yeah, Cam the Man. Hey, you like names? How about Josh Q from the Boo?
Josh Q from the Boo. Market,
I
C-Cat.
like that.
I mean, how can you have nothing but love for the man? I mean, he made basketball in Milwaukee. He kept basketball in Milwaukee, and he did it just as a selfless human being. I'm glad it's over, not because he's gone. I'm going to be, enamored with what he can do in Miami. But, again, the return is something we wouldn't have got at the end of the year. We let him walk and get nothing, or we supermax him and can't build around him just based on the restraints that we have with the salaries and whatnot. So happy with what we got, excited for tonight, excited for Bucks basketball. In my opinion, we're 2 years away from relevance. I mean, if they play their cards right, we got young players, 2 first-round picks already in the trade. We got 2 first-round picks tonight. It's a matter of drafting well and developing well, and that's how we built Giannis up to who he is today. So nothing but love for Giannis and the Bucks, and look forward to the future.
Well, that's Josh Q from the Boo, and we're excited now to be joined on the Yingling guest hotline. Alan Hahn covering the NBA draft for ESPN Radio. Alan, welcome into Kyle and Brust. We appreciate you.
How are you guys?
Oh, it's a loaded question right now. I know you're enjoying post-parade happiness and endorphins, and I remember that from 5 years ago. I guess it would have been in July because of the pushback date in 2021. But
almost there.
Giannis Antetokounmpo is no longer a Milwaukee Buck. I guess your overall reaction as someone who is a Knicks fan and seeing what we were able to build here and seeing it actually come to fruition that he's no longer a Milwaukee Buck.
Yeah, I would probably, like, for me, I look at this situation and I think you've got to at least have some semblance of relief, because this thing had carried on way too long. And the charade of him, saying he doesn't, I'm not asking for a trade, where we all knew what was going on there. You have to feel some relief there, don't you? Like, it's like that, at least it's over, and now as a franchise you can move on. You got a ring, you got a championship out of it. They're not taking the banner down. He doesn't take that with him when he goes to Miami, right? So, his 13 seasons were still a great run that ended with that had a championship run in it, and one that you'll always be able to remember. But at this point in his career, especially at his age, to get the return you got when you got it, I feel like you can now reset as a franchise and just try to build it back up and do it again. Is relief the right word for me to use for you guys?
I wouldn't say relief. I think you got to understand, a lot of folks here were still in the phase of not believing that Giannis was actually going to get traded, despite the reports that came out.
Oh, denial.
Denial.
We always talk about the 5 stages of grief. I think everyone's in a different place.
Yeah, a lot of fans. I had a fan. Matter of fact, I get married on Saturday, and I had a fan call in and offer to pay for my wedding if Giannis does not get traded. And I told him, I don't want to send you into bankruptcy, my friend.
Yeah, that's holding on for dear. Now, if I were you, I would have told Giannis, hey, do me a favor, just wait one more year, all right? Get your wedding paid for, and then we're all good. I'm trying to be as respectful as I can, because we saw this from obviously the outside. And in New York, there was so much of Giannis coming to New York, and the Knicks talked to the Bucks the last late summer, and there was the possibility of them, maybe making a move like that. And the fact that they said, you know what, I think we're all set. And that, a lot of people in New York were stunned by that. Wait a minute. Are you sure this was the right move? So for the Knicks to get a title this year. Well,
are you saying the Knicks made that decision not to trade for Giannis, or is the Bucks made the decision not to pull the trigger with the Knicks?
I mean, neither team came up with a deal, right? Both teams walked away, so it wasn't like the Knicks kept trying, right?
Yeah.
They weren't. They didn't keep trying at it. It was, we had a conversation, it went nowhere, and we moved on, and that was kind of it. I think there was a sense with the Knicks that it was going to take too much out of their roster, and they didn't want what Miami looks like right now, and they just didn't want to take that chance. They bet on what they had, and it certainly paid off. But that thing, the specter though of Giannis was hanging over for a good year and a half. And that was also like a bit of a, look, if they were down 2-1 to Atlanta, and already I was getting calls on my show where in New York, it's like, if they lose the series, we got to go get the Greek, right? We got to go get them. And, that was never going away, but now it goes away. So that's why I was looking at it that way. Like, look, it's now over and you can move on. At his age, guys, I feel like if there was ever the time, this is the time to do it, to get a return. Now, the hardest part is coming, which is, not Tyler Hero and not Kelly Ware, but it's really these picks.
Yeah, you sound like Wendy.
These.
Wendy was with us, and he was like, these picks matter. You might not know this year, but in a couple years, what happens tonight matters. And that's where I was going next, as Alan Hahn joins us on the Yingling guest hotline on Kyle and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin. Pick 10, pick 13. What do you got for fans to look out for the Milwaukee Bucks here?
Look, the joke is like when you put down the list of needs, you just say everything. Like, you're going to take the best players available, and you're fortunate to be in a draft that has depth. And like, this is a draft that you can pretty much throw a dart at the wall, and you're probably going to get a good player.
Oh, not with horse track record. Come on now.
And now again, now we go. This is deep rooted, right? You see, because what I'm telling you is the treetops thing, which is that's what makes these picks so important. Think about this, that draft a couple of years ago, where at the top you had Ricochet and Sarr.
Yeah,
I would probably tell you the best thing you could do is trade these picks forward, right?
Yeah.
But you're in a draft where it's like, this is a deep draft that's got a lot of brand names in it. And I don't think you can go wrong. But you're also reminding me that it is a front office that doesn't have a good history of
Jimmy
drafting.
Haslam is the James Dolan of the NFL, basically. Now he's the NBA in the NBA. Just so you know, we ain't got no Leon Rose here in Milwaukee.
Yeah, and that's probably what you have to do is find that guy, right? That's what you have to do.
Good luck.
How did you? But all right. So the draft picks is something that I always look at, and I think if you're going to rebuild, do that. But I saw now. Can you guys confirm this? Because I saw reports that Haslam, speaking of him, didn't want Jaylen Brown because he didn't want to deal with another Myles Garrett thing, which is I don't want a guy here that in 2 years isn't going to sign an extension because he doesn't want to be here, and now I got to do this all over again.
That was
Did
a
you hear
report.
anything like that?
We saw the same report. I saw that on Yahoo Sports, and it's believable because it as soon as he came in, he set a deadline for Giannis, and Jimmy was true to his word. He met the deadline by moving Giannis before the NBA draft. So it could have been a thing where, although it might have actually been better. I don't know if you trade to the Celtics and get Jaylen Brown, you get the picks from the Celtics, which who knows where those even are, if they're any good, because they're going to be good. Right. But then if you flip Jaylen, what do you get from that? You can then start flipping others that you have on the team. So I don't think I don't think Jimmy just wanted to do that. It sounds like he wanted clarity, and clarity is controllable assets from the Miami Heat, so they can try and figure out a life after Giannis.
All right. Yeah, and you know what? All right, so here's now the cold water. So as much as we're pushing the idea of draft picks on you guys, and you guys are pushing back saying we don't have a great history there. Now I'm going to tell you this part that you don't want to hear. Is I look at draft picks as the currency of hope. All right, and hope will drive a man insane. And I like to know what I have. I want the commodity, and the commodity is an All-NBA player. So if I would feel a lot better if I could have gotten an All-NBA player. And if I got draft picks that now I've got to hope work out. That buys you time, but it doesn't mean that you're going to hit on them. That doesn't mean. See, that's the part that I'm a little skeptical about. I'd rather take my chances bringing in an All-NBA player who wanted his own team and wanted to prove himself. And I would say, I'll just give you a different shade of green, but this is going to be your team, Jared. And now I've got at least a team that I can say I can contend because I got an All-NBA guy, and I'll put another piece next to him. I've got Miles Turner. Like I can turn this into something versus I blew this whole damn thing up, and I've got to hit on these picks. And if I don't hit on these picks, like when you miss on picks like this, lottery picks, you feel it for a couple of years, and that's what makes this so precarious. So that's why I asked you, like, is that a true story? Could you confirm that? Because I don't know about you guys. Everybody loves draft picks until you have to make them. I love an All-NBA player, especially one that's got a ring on his finger.
And as you say that on our Carvel's Talking text line, I can't wait to see pick 11 and pick 14 be future Hall of Famers, and the Bucks will miss them both. So optimism's high, and we appreciate the time, Alan, and look forward to listening on ESPN Radio tonight.
I didn't mean to bring the cold water at the end there, guys. It was reality. It's great to talk to you guys. Keep the faith.
I appreciate it. That's Alan Hahn covering the NBA draft on ESPN Radio. I see your calls. I see your texts. I see you on YouTube. We'll get to you next on Kyle and Brust.
You're dealing with Kyle and Brust.
I was raised by Mama Wallace, and Mama Wallace said this is absolutely unacceptable.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Bit of a tight squeeze on 41, heading southbound, slowing down very heavily from about Good Hope Road down to Hampton. Northbound is solid from Mayfair Road up to Hampton, where there is an accident. The right lane is blocked on the northbound side right at Hampton, so be careful with that. We've also got the right lane blocked eastbound 94 at the ramp from Mitchell Boulevard, and that's because of a crash as well. Delays coming in from before 76th Street to that point. The westbound side tightening up from 35th Street to Hawley Road. Southbound 43 backing up from Good Hope to Bender, and then back on the brakes from North Avenue down through the Marquette. Traffic is brought to you by Piggly Wiggly, and when you shop at Piggly Wiggly, every dollar stays in the community we all call home. Stop in today and see the difference shopping local really makes at Piggly Wiggly. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Increasing clouds and storms to the north and west. A low of 57 tomorrow. Scattered showers and storms throughout the day. Some could be strong later in the evening. A high of 77. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust talking about our great friends at Road America. Turn your day into an experience at Road America. Just a short drive from Milwaukee and Green Bay, this legendary track offers more than just racing. Walk the grounds, explore every corner, and watch action from wherever you want. Kids 16 and under get in free with a paying adult at the gate. And on-site camping lets you stay all weekend. Trans Am is up next at Road America, coming June 26th through the 28th. Great food, great views, and non-stop action. Road America, where racing meets the outdoors. Check out roadamerica.com.
Hey, better. Swing into Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee for the $300,000 Big League Series. Just play with your rewards card over 3 months to earn entries. Here's the lineup. Leading off April, on deck May, in the hole June. All monthly entries you earn will roll into drawings on Friday, June 26th, where you could win cash, free play, or one of 3 new Toyota vehicles. It's the $300,000 Big League Series, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
It's a great day for Brewers baseball, and with Brewers checking from Associated Bank, you get a powerful lineup of perks all season. Leading off is express entry with incredible speed. Next up, 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. Sporty stuff. And third, up to 50% off home game tickets. But if you can believe it, there's even more you can score. Because with Brewers checking, you get the strongest lineup in baseball. Only from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Amore, pepperoni, amore, mozzarella, amore. Screaming Sicilian, more.
Screaming Sicilian frozen pizza. More toppings, more flavor. More is amore.
Milwaukee Weight Loss knows the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day with no drugs or surgery, and they will show you how to keep it off for good. Get your confidence in your health back. Right now, $200 off summer special for limited time only. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com now to book your free consultation. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Watch your step. You're with Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Giannis Antetokounmpo traded to the Miami Heat. The Bucks have pick 10, pick 13. What do you think about what they got back from the Miami Heat? Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez, Lil Ware, Jesperis Kapachunas.
I think it's
Yakachunas.
Kasperis Yakachunas.
Oh, I mixed up the K and the J. There it is. Let's go to Mark in Oconomowoc in Lake Country. We're all reacting to this news together. What do you think of the trade on the Carvel's Talk and Text line?
I hate it.
Oh, wow. Tell us why.
Why? Well, okay, let's look at, we all knew Giannis was going to get traded, right? So
Yes.
then I'm thinking, Rudy Gobert to Minnesota, we should at least top that for Giannis. And we didn't. It's worse than that trade. So that right there means we failed this trade.
So just because of the Rudy Gobert comparison, you're not liking it?
Yeah, I mean, isn't Giannis a way better player than Rudy Gobert?
He is.
Then he should get more for him.
Yeah, there's so many strings attached.
Fire
especially-
horse.
No, I hear you, but the big thing is that you had an expiring contract where Giannis was only going to go to a certain place. Giannis
And
chose
he chose the two
these
spots,
two teams.
which puts a lot less leverage for the Bucks to utilize.
He's scared. Imagine a job about to hire you, and that you told the job, "I'm only going to be here for 1 year, and then I'm leaving." You'd be like, whoa, do I really want to invest in this person or somebody else? That's what Giannis did. He basically he tied our hands behind our backs and said, these are the two teams that I'm going to go to that are acceptable. So That's the issue. But I get it. We want more. We want more.
There's countless examples of
You said Rudy
players.
Gobert, so me. Yeah.
Desmond Bain, Mikal Bridges.
Desmond went for 4 first-round picks last year.
And I understand this is where the timing and the control of NBA players.
But you got 3 first-round picks, and
they're in the next millennium. It feels like.
We'll talk about it all next hour. We'll take your calls. We'll take your texts. We're going to talk about the return and the package that the Bucks got, because the return, there's some potential.
Oh, and this is why I love you. I love you.
No, for real though, there is some potential there.
Potentially, can mean also, in my mind, flipping some of these guys in a couple of years.
Or
if they pan
Tyler
out to be
Hero
something
this summer.
and then you have your picks in 2030, then you flip those guys for more picks when you actually hopefully have another draft that's good and you can be in the lottery, but who knows what the lottery rules are. There's a whole lot to dive into in the future of the Milwaukee Bucks. I do want to continue to get to all of you on the Carbless Talk and text line. So don't go anywhere. The whole 4 o'clock hour is you. 800-990-3776. If you have anything on your chest you've been waiting to get out, what was our guy Cam's name? I liked Cam.
Cam
the man? Is this Cam the man? Cam the man brought the energy. Then we had Josh Q and the Boo. If you want to give yourself a nickname, you can. Give us what you got. How did you react? How are you feeling to Giannis Antetokounmpo no longer being a Milwaukee Buck? We'll be back with you, reacting with you, next.
A ride with Kyle and Brust.
Payback is I sure have. I still got a video from a lady talking crazy to me. I said, "Oh, ma'am, I am writing a review."
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and text line. This is more.
Students learn best when they can put their knowledge into action. JA's Stock Market Challenge teaches high school students how to analyze stocks and how current events impact value. Thanks to RSM, our partner that makes this program possible. It's just one of many ways JA brings learning to life. To learn more, visit wisconsin.ja.org.
Best time of the year, it's patio season. Hey, it's Alex Strope, and no better place to soak in patio season than Veer North on Milwaukee's east side. Veer North brings the energy with a spacious patio, elevated food, and craft cocktails perfect for summer nights. Headed to a game? Start here and hop on the shuttle straight to the ballpark. Same goes for Summerfest and all your favorite festivals, pregame, postgame, or stay for the whole night. Live music, great vibes, and a menu that goes way beyond the basics. Veer North is not your average sports bar. Veer North, Milwaukee's go-to for summer fun.
Homer here for Window Nation. If your air conditioner never seems to turn off, worn-out windows could be the culprit. Upgrade yours now during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale. Imagine new energy-efficient windows and getting half of them free. Plus, you could even get no money down, no monthly payments or interest for 2 years. And as a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers, book a consultation and ask how you could score a pair of Brewers tickets. Sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com. Window Nation, proud partner of Wounded Warrior Project.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Toscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Ewald Automotive Group is celebrating America's 250th birthday with as little as $250 down or $250 a month. Ewald makes it easy to drive the new or used vehicle to fit your lifestyle. Celebrate America's 250th with Ewald Automotive. $250 down or $250 a month. Available on over 1,500 vehicles at every Ewald dealership location.
Select models with approved credit, tax, title, license, registration, and $479 dealer fees extra. See dealer for details. Expires 7/5/26.
When you're getting married, the rings matter. There's something you wear for a lifetime. That's why my fiance and I went to Paul's Jewelers. Paul's Jewelers specializes in custom jewelry for life's biggest moments. Lab-grown or natural diamonds, great pricing, and a lifetime warranty, so your jewelry can be refurbished, repaired, or refitted anytime down the road. Their team made the entire process easy and stress-free. I can't wait to show off my wedding band after our big day. Create your masterpiece today by visiting Paul's Jewelers in West Allis.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The heart of this country is local. It's neighbors looking out for neighbors. It's small businesses that know your name. At Piggly Wiggly, the people who run your store live right here, right alongside you. And when you shop with us, every dollar stays in the community we all call home. Stop in today and see the difference shopping local really makes. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
Let the good times roll. Kyle and Brust are back on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Steinhoffels Furniture and Mattress. Yes, they're celebrating America 250 with a huge savings for your home right now. Save up to 30% store-wide. Plus, you can get $250 MasterCard when you spend $29.99. So whether you're shopping for a sofa, bedroom set, dining room, mattress, whatever you need right now, it's the perfect time to bring home the styles you love by celebrating Steinhoffels America 250 sale. You can shop in store anytime at steinhoffels.com.
The 5 stages of grief. It's always good to go to. Denial, anger, depression, bargaining, acceptance. I feel like you are going to be in a lot of different places throughout the next couple weeks.
We'll see. I mean,
where are you right now?
I knew this was coming. I'm in the acceptance stage. I've been telling people for months. We've been telling people for months this was coming. You know, the biggest thing that was an indicator, there were so many indicators over the last 9 months. But when we had the analysis live at the Riverside Theater, and the only 2 people from the roster to show up in the year of 2026 were Miles Turner, who hadn't been on the team for a year yet, and Cormac Ryan. I said,
he was doing the.
He was. I said, it is over. It is. I've been to this event where literally the whole team was in the front row.
We've had to block off
sections,
multiple couches.
They kind of like I've seen it, and so I knew. I said, something's not right with that locker room. They don't feel the same level of connectedness with Giannis. And then the final straw. Everybody should have known. When Giannis was not at the press conference for Taylor Jenkins, in that same day, he posted on social media him getting shots up in a gym. Don't know if he was doing it that day or what it was, but I know he posted it that day. He was letting the whole world know, I'm not going to be there. I don't care that Taylor Jenkins is a coach. He ain't going to be my coach. He going to be the coach, but he ain't going to be my coach. That is what Giannis was trying to tell you. And then just last week, he sent out a song on social media that talked about, I'm in Miami, and we hit it up. Like, it was about Miami. Like, he was trying to let you know, I'm not going to be a member of the Milwaukee Bucks.
Hey, does this sound like acceptance or anger? Or are you combining anger and acceptance?
I'm just letting everybody.
In your tone.
I knew it was coming, right? And it finally came, but I'm not surprised by it. I knew for months that Giannis was not going to be a member of the Milwaukee Bucks. They literally tried to trade him at the deadline.
Giannis brought us a ring, 50 points in a closeout finals game, the best night in Milwaukee in 50 years. He has a career shelf life. We owe it to him to maximize that shelf life. He didn't force anything, stayed patient. We need to reset. It's a rare amicable divorce where they can still be best friends. I hope he wins multiple rings from here. He's the best player in the NBA I've ever rooted for. Bob in the 608. I think there's some truth to that, and I think there's some things in there where I don't know if this was an amicable divorce. I think Giannis, as made clear by Shams and then Eric Name this morning on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, saying he wasn't going to sign the Supermax in October, forced the Bucks, who know without Giannis, it's not the same, filling Fiserv Forum, and they have a future to figure out, which we will dive into with all of you in 2 minutes on 94.5 ESPN, YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Don't go anywhere. It's more Giannis for another hour in 2 minutes.
Northbound on 41, we had an earlier accident at Hampton that had a couple of lanes blocked. That actually has been cleared up. The delays are still there, though. We've got backups from Watertown Plank Road pretty much all the way up to Hampton. Southbound backing up from Good Hope Road down to Capitol Drive. We do still have an accident eastbound 94 right at Mitchell Boulevard. That one still has the right lane blocked, so delays from before 76 through the Stadium interchange. Westbound's backed out from 27th Street to Hawley Road. And check the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, increasing clouds and storms to the north and west. A low of 57. Tomorrow, scattered showers and storms throughout the day. Some could be strong later in the evening, a high of 77. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Laviga on 94.5 ESPN.
Meet Jim and Rita. We went on a motorcycle trip. But somewhere in Wyoming, Jim and Rita were in a serious accident. They blocked off the interstate and everything and took us to the hospital. Sometime later, Rita made a discovery. She had noticed that the bracelet was gone. And I asked the trooper, is there a chance we can go out there and see if it's still there? And amazingly, he found a couple of pieces.
It was only 2 tiny links of the bracelet.
Jim was determined to buy Rita another bracelet from Kessler's. And I had my checkbook in my hand. But when he arrived there, and I said, okay, how much? And she says, that's part of our warranty. Jim and Rita discovered the Kessler's miraculous, no small print warranty. It's just amazing that you guys do this.
And it's true.
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple.
It surely is miraculous.
Read the Kessler's miraculous, no small print warranty yourself at Kessler'sDiamonds.com.
Get your green and gold off-season fix right here. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle and Brust on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. The 414 Hour is brought to you by Siding Unlimited, the 5-time winner of the National Pella Platinum Premium Certified Contractor of the Year. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit them at sidingunlimited.com.
Oh, man. What are you going to do here?
It's the 414 Hour at 4 on KBN. Today we gonna be
on what?
Oh, Kyle and Bruh, sorry. I was looking to transition right into it. To K&B. Wait a minute. I'm saying thank you, Giannis. That's all we should say. All you little haters, y'all gotta go away. The man brought us a ship to the city. He put Milwaukee on the map. Yeah, he litty. Now, he always got a lot of wins. He got 1 NBA Final MVP. He got 2 more MVPs during the regular season. Giannis Antetokounmpo, man, he's here for a reason. He was here to dominate, give us a ship. He was here to transform the city from
I got you.
Here we go. So be thankful that Giannis, and don't never let go. Boy, ain't nothing on here. I just put his accolades right there.
That was good.
Yeah, I know.
You're booing him? You didn't like that?
There were a couple of lines that were set up for a rhyme, and then it just didn't happen.
Well, yeah, I mean,
and it made me sad.
It's freestyling, man. It's not even perfect.
Yeah, you find the word you're going to rhyme it with, then you work backwards, right?
How fast do you think I could think? I'm not a rapper. I don't do this for a living. I don't even do this for a hobby.
Do it every day at 4. I feel like I get a lot of practice.
I freestyle once a day now, from 4:01 until 4:01:10.
That's it.
That's it.
Don't grade like he's doing this on his free time. That's Kyle Wallace. I'm Ben Brust. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and text line. As Giannis Antetokounmpo has not officially, he's been traded to the Heat. The Heat are going to receive Giannis and Mayor Bobby Portis.
The
Bucks will receive Tyler Hero, Kluwer, Jaime Jaquez Jr. Yakachunas is the last name. Kasparis. Yakachunas, The Bucks receive the 13th pick tonight in the NBA draft, which the Heat will make, but the Bucks will tell them who to pick.
Maybe I'm telling you.
Let me get through the whole thing. The first-round picks are in 2031 and 2033.
We 40.
God knows how long from here. Pick swap in 2030, and don't forget that second-round pick in 2033. That is the whole deal. So picks 10 and 13 tonight in the NBA draft, which being warped in the Giannis world here in him being traded late last night. It's to me, it's been all about Giannis and how you're feeling about Giannis and the appreciation for Giannis. Are you grateful for what Giannis has done? Did you feel like he left a little bit on the bone? Did John Horst do too much? Did he leverage too much future? I think you can have all these questions, but ultimately the way I look at it is the man came as a 15th overall pick and brought a championship to his city for the first time in 50 years. And sure, you can look at missed opportunities, but ultimately, as many have said, no matter how you're feeling today, you will look back, and this is a win overall for the city of Milwaukee, and not the trade, but what the Giannis era has been for everybody.
Yeah, the Giannis era has been special. It absolutely was special for everybody, and I'm okay with the Bucks moving on from Giannis because in all reality, we have to face the fact that Giannis has been injured and he hasn't been available for us in the most important times in the postseason. Stephen A. Smith talked about, or one of our many folks who came on today and joined Kyle and Brust is the fact that, listen, we haven't really been able to get out the first round at all. We haven't been able to get out the first round the last 3 to 4 times we've been inside the playoffs. And so with that, it was time for us to just move in a different direction, especially not because the Bucks wanted to get rid of Giannis, but because we couldn't win a championship with Giannis, and Giannis didn't want to be in a place that he could not get to that second ring. And so we did the best thing that we could, and that's moving on from Giannis. And when you look at the haul that the Bucks did get in, I think it was a good haul. I really do. I think there's some potential that the Bucks can find.
We don't know if it's a good haul or not because we talked about this with Wendy on our exclusive YouTube show from noon to 2, where Wendy was saying it's about tonight. What did Wendy have to say to us? All right, we are getting that up. I thought we were going to play that right away, but here we are. It's about pick 10 and pick 13.
Yes. This
is not. It's not going to be like, hey, they won based off who they picked. It's going to be one on how they turn out because we've looked at pick 10 and pick 13. There's hits at pick 10. There's misses at pick 10. There's hits at pick 13. There's misses at pick 13. We'll hear from Wendy from earlier.
The individual who made those draft picks is still there. So, like if the Bucks had drafted better, they may not be in this spot, but they didn't. So they need to pivot hard immediately within the next couple of hours. They need to hit these picks. I can't emphasize it enough. You are not going to be taken to the next level by Tyler Hero or Jaime Jaquez. You will be taken to the play-in. All right? The pathway forward is to hit these picks tonight. The future of this trade will very likely, of course I can't say for sure, maybe Yakachunas becomes a Hall of Famer. I don't see that, but maybe he becomes a Hall of Famer. Maybe the pick in 2031 ends up being LeBron James Part 2. I don't know, but the pathway I know for a team like the Bucks forward is to hit on these picks. They didn't have this opportunity before. In my view, they should have tanked harder. I don't know why they didn't tank immediately when Giannis went out, but whatever. They ended up with the 10th pick. They get the 13th pick. They have a chance tonight to do something, and this is their pathway forward. My guess, of course I don't know, but my guess is 5 years from now, when you look back on it, the evaluation of whether this trade worked or not will be determined tonight.
Did you guys catch the theme?
Tonight.
Hit on these picks.
Yeah, hit on these picks.
Hit
tonight.
on these picks. And so, for reference, John Horst drafting in the first round.
Okay, let's
DJ Wilson, the 17th overall pick in 2017.
Bust.
Outside of the 10th and 13th pick, though.
Yeah, everything's
Dante DiVincenzo.
Traded him away. He's
for Serge Ibaka for nothing.
He's a good role.
17th overall. Marjan Beauchamp, 24th overall. AJ Johnson,
Bust.
23rd overall.
Bust.
So he's never picked this high in the draft.
He's never picked this high in the draft.
But the scary part was
What is
they
that?
have to pivot fast in the next couple hours. I was like, what?
When he said that, they already said the Bucks have been operating as if they're going to have 2 picks. That's what a lot of reports are saying, is that this seems like a team that is operating that they're going to have 2 picks in the lottery, and that's exactly what it turned out to be. And with this being a draft that has so much talent, it's not going to be, and somebody said it's going to be hard for the Bucks to miss. It's not going to be hard for the Bucks to miss, because it is possible, because you can end up not getting the guy. But I do think there's a lot of opportunities for the Bucks to find their guy at number 10 tonight, and potentially number 13. And so this is what's going to make or break not the legacy of John Horst, but this is going to make or break whether or not he's still going to be employed by the Bucks. Because with the amount of time that these rookies are going to be able to play, because the Bucks are transitioning, and the way that rookies are making impacts year one, it's not like they got to be superstar year one, but you see whether or not they have talent. If you don't see guys year one who are able to get on the court and get time for a losing franchise like the Milwaukee Bucks, then John Horst's butt is on the line. So tonight, I fully do expect that he drafts 2 guys. Don't draft A.J. Johnson on potential. Don't draft a Marjon Beauchamp on potential.
Well, those type of guys aren't in this draft.
No, but
early.
what I'm looking for is I'm looking for guys who were extremely productive at whatever level of basketball that they were playing at. I'm looking for guys who have a lot of athletic ability, but was able to lead a team. And unfortunately for the Milwaukee Bucks, within the first 15 picks, you have a lot of great guys that either were highly recruited out of high school, or a lot of great guys that delivered in college year one. You got national champions that are going to be in the top 15. You got a guy, Kareem Lopez, that played in the NBL out there in New Zealand area, and he was balling out there. So you got a lot of talent that's going to be available for you. So he just needs to make sure he picks the right one. No excuses. There's no excuses for John Horst anymore, because every time I bring up his draft record, I always say, well, he wasn't picking in the lottery. Well, other teams don't pick in the lottery, and they find guys that contribute.
He's had 4 picks since 2017.
Again, other teams.
And I'm not disagreeing with you. When you are entrusting John Horst right now, has he built anything from scratch? No, he had a foundational piece that he came in, which was a superstar in Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He made some good moves and some good trades to make it happen. But now this is where
this is different.
Listen, times have changed. We can't. If you want to live off the championship that you had in 2021, you do that somewhere else. Because when I look at organizations like the Denver Nuggets, they fired their general manager and they fired their championship head coach because the team was not performing at a championship level. So what you did for me before, it does not matter. From here on out, I'm only focused on what John Horst does from June 22nd of 2026 until hopefully we win our next championship. And if he gets it right tonight, we can win another championship within the next decade.
That's really strong.
I mean, that's what the window is. You're not going to have these guys for more than 10 years.
No, I understand that, but it's really strong considering, again, he has to hit on a lot of things beyond, I think, just pick 10 and 13. It's what the current roster is and flipping guys that you have right now, and then continuously getting to draft in spots where you can pick guys that have an impact for the future, because this is a whole new way of looking at things. The way of which we're giving picks away to build up for a championship is not the Milwaukee Bucks way anymore.
Yeah,
it's just not. It's a completely different viewpoint from having a superstar on your team. You're trying to find said superstar so you can start building towards something.
We need to be building towards something, and that's why Miles Turner, great dude, got to go. Kyle Kuzma, got to go. Like anybody.
Great dude.
I don't know. He seems like a nice guy. I don't know, but you know.
You saw him tweeting about himself.
Yeah. He said throw in.
Thinks he's the bee's knees.
He said a throw in. I mean, they just threw in Bobby Portis in the trade, and Bobby Portis has earned. He's accomplished a lot in his NBA career, and so. When I look at those guys, whatever you can get for him, Tyler Hero, you move him on, right? Tyler Hero, it would be great to see him play in Milwaukee, but at the end of the day, it is about not the.
Well, they're fielding offers right now, but I wouldn't be shocked if they held on to him and traded him at the deadline for a desperate team.
If you know,
I'm just giving you the reports that I'm seeing.
They know the landscape a lot more than I do, but I do know that Tyler Hero can get you a first-round pick, and if somebody is offering it, and we went back and forth.
Desperation comes at a deadline, I think the NBA trade deadline could be something where you utilize that asset to get a pick.
That's true. If the Bucks, they know the landscape, if that's what they do, then I'm all good with it. If Tyler Hero puts on a Bucks jersey, that's excellent story, a great story, because he's part of that crop of the last decade of all these basketball players coming from high school and making it to the NBA out of the city, out of the state that we all love. And so, but when I look at it, I don't think the Bucks need to. We argued this earlier. I don't think the Bucks need to get another pick in this draft, because if you get another pick in this draft, there's only so many minutes that are going to go around. I think the Bucks really need to focus on how can we make the cupboard full for the future. Now we got to focus on next year, because I don't think the Bucks have a first-round pick in 2027. So how do we find our way to get a first-round pick in 2027 so we can continue to get guys in here that we can build up a team and we can develop? The goal should be, let's be like Oklahoma City over the next 5 years and get as many draft picks over the next couple of drafts versus saying, oh,
that means you got to tank perfectly with the new rules.
Tank perfectly.
And hit the lottery.
But you got to find a way to acquire a pick for next year in the year that you don't, the other years that you don't have draft picks, and you know that you have the other swaps. But you got to have as many swings as possible.
Jeff in the 920, I love how he comes back to Kyle not holding people accountable for the Green Bay Packers. Funny that Kyle doesn't have the same rant or feelings towards Matty Mouse. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace.
Whoa, you ain't going to let me defend myself?
No,
That's
I've heard enough of you.
crazy.
800-990-3776. Dirty D. Diana and McGuanago.
Oh,
he's
Dirty
gone.
D.
We warned you it could happen. How are your emotions?
Oh, no.
Hey, I spent the morning trying to explain to somebody with special needs why the person that she adores is no longer going to be with us.
Well, he's with us. He's just not on the team. Yeah, he didn't die.
She doesn't understand that, Kyle.
Okay, well, I mean, she can still watch him on TV, and then when they come for in Milwaukee, right?
Were there any questions on any of them today?
No. Oh, you must be getting a prescription or something because they're asking you for questions. Dirty D, come on now, focus up.
Sorry, dear. I'm done.
Okay, done with us or done with her?
Well, we got to be done. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talking text line. Dirty D, when you call, it's got to be us. It's got to be us focusing on us. On us. So, yes, again, I understand that Giannis is no longer a Milwaukee Buck. We all do. And there's going to be emotions that come with it. But hopefully as the Bucks fill the cupboard with what they get, and it's so funny as I say that, I'm like, well, part of it is tonight, and then it's all about 2030, 2031, 2033. It's so far from now. Rick and Waukesha, what do you make of everything on the Carbless Talking text line?
Just a couple of things. First of all, I was just wondering, does anybody know what the salary cap implications are, getting rid of Giannis's huge contract, Portis's huge contract, and if they're looking at maybe moving on from Kuzma or Turner or something like that?
Well,
seems to me like
there's a
if
couple
Giannis
things
is
there, Rick.
$60 million.
You have to match the salaries in an NBA trade. So what the Bucks get back from Giannis, it matches his salary. I think there's a trade exemption for Bobby Portis, but ultimately, like, what's going to happen is they're going to be within a spot where it doesn't really matter what the salary is for these guys, because eventually they're going to be moving on from a lot of pieces to rebuild, to hopefully be in a spot in a couple of years to sign a massive free agent.
That's my point. Will they be able to? I know they don't have draft choices, in the next couple of years, but will they be able to in 27 or 28 have money available to see if they could bring a free agent or two in? Is that something that we might want to think of? If there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, so to speak, is there something to look forward to that way?
Well, here's what I can say, Rick. Right now, the biggest thing to focus on is not 27 and 28, it's tonight, right? Because tonight will start shaping two young players early in the draft, in a loaded draft where you can have hope that whoever you bring in can start to get some experience playing at the NBA level, see if there are pieces you can build around. You can see if anyone that you got from Miami next year is someone you're going to want to keep around, or you're going to want to move somebody. So I just, at this point, I don't look at where they're going to go from a free agency standpoint. It's just about what they're going to do with what they have, from guys they're bringing in from Miami, from guys they're drafting and what they look like, and who is going to be a part of the future that's currently on the team. Like, is Kyle Kuzma going to get moved? Is Miles Turner going to get moved? Right? Free agency doesn't matter until you have a team that is worthwhile to invest in a big caliber guy when you're ready to try and add more pieces to build a contending team. So we'll see what happens tonight and move forward from there. I do want to get to Lucas here in Sussex. You're on the Carbless Talk and Text line.
Hey, fellas, real quick question for you. Nice and simple. When and if do you think Giannis gets a statue outside Fiserv Forum?
Well, there's no if. He's going to get one.
After he retires, and they'll probably come back and do the jersey thing first, and then they'll probably do a couple years later maybe a statue.
Why do you sound so sad?
No. Statue probably comes with Hall of Fame. So when he gets in the Hall of Fame, around that time, he'll probably get that. But he'll get his jersey retired, and then a Hall of Fame will come 5 years after he retires, and he'll probably end up getting the statue.
Hopefully that clears it up for Lucas. I see your calls coming in.
I don't know. I don't make any decisions with the Milwaukee Bucks. I don't know.
Maybe they need to heal the wounds of him not wanting to.
But I wonder if they listen. They probably listen. The Bucks organization.
I hope they're not listening. I hope they're focused on the draft right now.
I mean, they may be driving in their car. If you're listening, hey, what's up? We can definitely celebrate the great memories that we made with Giannis.
Thank
you, John Horst.
Are you going to be looking out your windows thinking about the Bucks' future?
I'm going to be looking out my window a lot because I've spent a lot of time at the crib this next couple of days. And if you are looking to upgrade your home, you can do it with Universal Windows Direct. Yes, UWD is a great company to work with because they can provide you with energy-efficient windows that can completely change how your home feels during the hottest months of the year, keeping the cool air in and the heat out in your home comfortable all summer long. That heat is right around the corner, and Universal Windows Direct can keep you cool in your home. And right now, when you work with UWD, peep this, you can buy 4 windows and get 4 free. That's one of the biggest offers of the year. Plus, you'll get 48 months, 0% interest financing when you work with Universal Windows Direct. You don't pay a single penny in interest for 4 years. Call them today to set up your free in-home estimate at 414-410-2000. That's 414-410-2000, or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free in-home estimate today. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
We get to you on the Carbless Talk and Text line, 800-990-3776. Next.
You're dealing with Kyle and Brust.
Man, Kyle, do you ever know what you're talking about?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Ramp from Mitchell Boulevard, we do have the right lane blocked because of a crash. It should be out of there really soon if it isn't already, but we do still have delays coming in from 76th Street all the way to 30th. On the westbound side, backing up from 27th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Southbound 43, watch for delays coming in from just south of Brown Deer Road to Bender, and then back on the brakes from Keefe down through the Marquette to the KK River crossing. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Increasing clouds and storms to the north and west. A low of 57. Tomorrow, scattered showers and storms throughout the day. Some could be strong later in the evening. A high of 77. Weather is brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
On this show, it's always football season.
I'm not overly concerned because it seems as if Green Bay's not overly concerned.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody over there feels like this team was there. We got short-circuited with injuries. We have the right staff, we have the right people, and we have the right players. We just need to stay healthy, and we'll be champions.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hey, better. Swing into Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee for the $300,000 Big League Series. Just play with your rewards card over 3 months to earn entries. Here's the lineup. Leading off April, on deck May, in the hole June. All monthly entries you earn will roll into drawings on Friday, June 26th, where you could win cash, free play, or one of 3 new Toyota vehicles. It's the $300,000 Big League Series, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
As we celebrate Independence Day and 250 years of American freedom, there's never been a better time to invest in the place you call home. Maybe it's that roof you've been meaning to replace, those drafty windows you've learned to live with, or that bathroom you've wanted to update for years. Whatever project you've been putting off, Exterior Pros and Baths can help. This Independence Day, you can save up to $3,000 on your next project. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com. Exterior Pros and Baths. Done right, built to last.
The cooler's packed, the sun is shining. The only thing left to do? Citrus back and relax with Carbless. Refreshing, ready to drink, and packed with bold citrus flavor, Carbless is the ultimate upgrade for every summer adventure, from dock days to bonfire nights. No mixing, no hassle, just crack it open and enjoy the moment. This summer, trade the stress for zest. Citrus back and relax with Carbless. Carbless, find your bliss at drinkcarbless.com.
When you're getting married, the rings matter. There's something you wear for a lifetime. That's why my fiance and I went to Paul's Jewelers. Paul's Jewelers specializes in custom jewelry for life's biggest moments. Lab-grown or natural diamonds, great pricing, and a lifetime warranty, so your jewelry can be refurbished, repaired, or refitted anytime down the road. Their team made the entire process easy and stress-free. I can't wait to show off my wedding band after our big day. Create your masterpiece today by visiting Paul's Jewelers in West Allis.
Brewers Cubs action on a weekend? Yeah, you're gonna want to see this. Be here Friday, June 26th through Sunday, June 28th for the first matchup between the Brewers and Cubs at American Family Field of 2026. You know what happened last time, and it's time to defend home field once again. One thing's for sure, big moments are bound to happen. Score your seat for another chapter in the Brewers-Cubs rivalry now at Brewers.com.
Have no fear, the chaos is here. Lucky you. This is Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I can't raise my arms, I can't kneel down, which means I can't play with the kids, golf with the guys, or get through a work day without that pain. And it's Ben Brust here to celebrate what you can do, and that's exactly what QC Kinetics patients are doing. Not bracing for the next jolt of pain. That's gone. They've moved on back to living their lives. And you've heard me talk about Dr. Caravelli and her team at QC Kinetics, and so many of you have been through their game-changing regenerative treatments done right in the office. No missing work, no surgery, no long recovery. The inflammation calms down. And we love hearing from you and how we helped you dig out from under that long list of can'ts to get back to living your best life. Go find out what you can do. That's most important. It's a good life, and you want to live it. So get rid of that pain. The consultation's totally free to see if you are a good candidate. Weekend appointments available. Call 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298. The NBA draft tonight got a lot more interesting.
It did. I'm into it now, man. I got the prospects I'm looking at now, man.
You saved our next caller on the Carbless Talk and Text line a hell of a lot of money.
Me?
Chef Ed is on the Carbless Talk and Text line. He said if Giannis is traded, that he would pay for your wedding.
Yeah, Chef Ed.
Chef Ed, welcome into the show.
I told you, Chef Ed, you're welcome.
Yeah, I want to say, I want to comment on Diana's call that to sports to a lot of us is not just about winning and losing. I mean, we take these players, we bring them into our homes, we cherish, we worship them. I feel for the situation that this female or this person with special needs. I mean, it's rough for a lot of us. And Kyle, I do want to thank you to everybody in KVN Nation and everybody whoever that understanding that I'm just a senile old man who had wishful thinking and was hoping and praying that he was going nowhere, and it just didn't really happen. So I want to thank you for that. And I was national this morning. Every time I go national, I always say Chef Ed.
Cool.
I always tell them, I said Chef Ed for ESPN Milwaukee Sports Radio. So that got on there this morning, and I told Evan and CC and Smalls, I said, I hope that Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra know that they acquired a Lamborghini that is always in the shop.
Listen,
have a great day, guys.
Chef Ed, I want you to understand that you feel like so many different fans. Today is a sad day because we are seeing a legend, somebody that was more than just a basketball player. He contributed off the court, but he also was a lot of people's hero in the sense of, some people say, oh, you're a hero. Yeah, I mean, what he did, he was a role model off the court. He was phenomenal on the court. So, yes, we should be sad losing somebody that made us feel so much joy and so much happiness. So, Chef Ed, you can feel that way, and everybody can feel sad because, yes, we are losing somebody that was so well connected to a city, and he made Milwaukee feel special. So thank you to Giannis, and everybody should have their feels today because the legend is no longer with the Bucks in Miami now.
Are you going to get your feels?
No, I'm more of a celebration because I am so happy that Giannis was able to turn into this legend and bring something that I did not know that we would ever see. Like, I wanted us to win a championship, but I'm not going to lie to you. After we didn't beat the Toronto Raptors and we were up 2-0, I was like, gosh, this is a tough road. I remember watching the game. We're down 0-2 against the Brooklyn Nets. We couldn't score. In Game 3, we barely won Game 3. It was like 80-something or 90-something or whatever. Like, it was tough. It was extremely tough. So the fact that Giannis was able to bring this to us is so special. Look at me.
Hey, Homer.
Hey, Home Slice.
He just bailed on Milwaukee. He said, I'm leaving. Screw you. I'm out.
Well, he left.
That's what he's doing today, right? Just so we agree.
He's doing what is best for his career. It doesn't negate or take away what he did for the city.
Does not, but it does not change what he's doing today.
Have you ever left?
Screw Milwaukee.
Homer,
I'm out.
Homer, have you ever left the company before?
No.
So the company left you.
It had to be one or the other.
I've never left. I haven't.
Your contract ended?
No, I still work here. I don't know
before
why.
here. Yeah, before
What?
here.
Before here.
Yeah, they fired me.
Okay,
well, they actually didn't fire me.
Of course, there's a nuance.
No, there isn't a nuance.
What happened, Homer?
I found another job before my time with them was up.
Oh, so you bailed on them? You left them?
No,
did you hate them?
They were going. I was told you're going to be paid for X amount of time, so they fired me. But I got another job.
So I understand what you're saying. Like, I understand that Giannis
did
not. I want to get your perspective in a second here.
I just want to make sure you agree.
I understand that he is choosing not to be a Milwaukee Buck.
Correct. He's leaving Milwaukee. Screw you. I'm out.
He's not saying screw
you.
you.
Of course he is. Yes.
Not to
they
Milwaukee.
Would have paid him. Yes.
No,
it's not about money. It's about
Homer. Stop it, because it's big. It's bigger than the city of Milwaukee.
You just said he's bigger than the city, and now he's leaving the city.
No, it comes down to the fact that the organization at this point has tried over and over to try to get him a title, and they just cannot do it. And so Giannis had a decision to make. Do I sit here and rot in the city of Milwaukee because I love the city, or do I chase my dream of trying to win another ring? He doesn't play basketball just for the love of it. He plays basketball for the love of it, but also to chase another championship
ring.
Right,
so Milwaukee doesn't matter.
No, but the city does matter.
No, you can't say that.
People leave their hometown all the time, but when they think about their hometown, they say, I am from there. Giannis is from Greece, but when he tells people around the United States where he's from, he says, I'm from Milwaukee.
It doesn't count very high on the list.
Just because somebody leaves their hometown doesn't mean that it's still not in their heart. And
I didn't say it's not in their heart.
So he's bailing on the city of Milwaukee.
What would you want him to do?
It's the city. It's the team.
No, I just want him to be judged for. He's great. All these things are accurate, but the Bucks have nothing to do with this.
What do you mean? The Bucks have everything to
do
with
it.
it.
They have no choice. He wants out.
No, but
I would want out too if Jimmy Haslam became the owner.
Again,
ain't no Leon.
Wouldn't you?
For whatever reason.
Wouldn't you? If your goal was to win a second championship and they're out of assets and their owner is actively saying we want to get rid of him, or if he's not going to be here, then fine.
There's a good argument that he's not going to the place that gives him the best chance of a championship.
I'm not saying that it isn't a good argument.
Well, then.
But in his mind, it is for him. So he's going to go on and do that.
Milwaukee's low on the list. That's fine, but
Low
don't make it what
it's
it's not.
He committed
I'm
to Milwaukee.
leaving Milwaukee. So what? So what? I created all this here. I still want the banner
Homer, you're trying to act like that he's sitting here, he's smiling, he's dancing.
No, I didn't say smiling,
but
dancing.
That's the thing. You're making it seem like it was an easy decision for him. No.
Yes.
In a perfect world, Giannis would still be in Milwaukee, but the perfect world does not exist because the team around him was not going to be good enough to compete for championships. So it's not about Milwaukee. It is about the organization of the Bucks. That is the reason why he is leaving.
Sound like me. I said he loves Milwaukee and he doesn't want to be in Milwaukee.
No, 100%. You think the Antetokounmpos right now are sitting here here dancing. No, they're sitting here sad because they're feeling indifferent about the fact that, hey, I love being in this city and this is where we grew up.
But his
love
love for the city, don't try to sell it. Because if it was about staying in the city, he wouldn't have left. The city is insignificant compared to other views that he has.
Homer, yes.
Hunter chimes in. Giannis can absolutely love the city, but want to leave an organization that is not capable of winning a championship
fine,
presently.
But where is it on the list? I love wearing socks. How high? I can't say. The key is that I'm here because I'm
the city of Milwaukee will always be here. His opportunity to win a championship is dwindling each and every season. So Milwaukee gonna be here. He can come and go as he wants.
Are you just mad that he hasn't said out loud that he just doesn't want to be here? Because his actions have shown, yes, we get it.
I want people to have the truth. This has nothing to do with the Bucks.
What?
The Bucks did not want to get rid of him. He said he wants out. Now, if he wants out, I can keep him until the end, but then I get nothing.
Homer, you don't make sense by saying this has nothing to do with the Bucks.
Just what I
If
said.
the Bucks were good, would he say, I want nothing to do, I don't want to be in Milwaukee anymore?
Again.
No, answer the question. No, if the
That's
Bucks
his
were good.
view. You know what my view is?
What's your view, Homer?
You're hurt all the time. If you stayed healthy, we'd be better. This is not about our team. This is about you not being healthy.
All right, well, that's a conversation to have.
Of course it is.
But the team does suck around him, though.
Doesn't matter. Does not matter.
The team is still not going to win. It does.
Not if he's hurt. You got no chance to win anything.
Homer,
correct?
That's true. But
that's true. That's the whole point.
But as of right now,
and we tried to tell you to play less, but you wouldn't listen.
Even with
you're the problem. You got hurt.
With the roster that the Bucks have constructed, they are not competing with the Celtics. They are not competing with the Knicks. They are not competing with the Pistons. They're not even competing with the Hornets next season. And so Giannis fully understands that, Homer.
I want to dive deeper. This is the energy of somebody that's not appreciating the greatness, and I want to get to something.
I appreciate the greatness. I ain't gonna lie about it. I appreciate the greatness of my dad. I'm not lying about him. I appreciate the greatness of my mom. I'm not lying about her either. This is garbage.
I got more for Homer because I don't like his energy. Next.
Along for the ride with Kyle and Brust.
But then when you
whoa off now.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We're still seeing some delays along southbound 41 coming in from before Appleton Avenue down to Capitol. Northbound's backed up just before Mayfair Road up to Silver Spring. We've also got southbound on 43 backing up from just south of Keefe all the way down through the Marquette to the KK River crossing. Northbound's backing up through the Marquette up past North Avenue. Just got another crash popping up here northbound 41 just north of North Avenue before you get to Burleigh. The left shoulder is blocked with that one, so you do want to be careful. And then we've got delays southbound of the bypass from Greenfield down and around the Hale interchange past Forest Home. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And check the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight. Increasing clouds and storms to the north and west. A low of 57 tomorrow. Scattered showers and storms throughout the day. Some could be strong later in the evening. A high of 77. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year Award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Heading to Milwaukee's east side? Make Veer North your first stop. Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Alex Strove. Here to tell you at Veer North you can catch the big game, hop on a shuttle to the stadium, or hang out for live music all summer long. Elevated food, craft drinks, and a packed event lineup. Veer North knows how to keep the energy going as the weather starts to warm up. Close to Fiserv Forum, Summerfest, and UWM. It's the perfect place to pregame, postgame, or just stay for the whole thing. Veer North, right where Milwaukee comes together.
$998 buys you a magnificent diamond solitaire engagement ring at Kessler's.
A solid gold mounting shows off a big, beautiful diamond, 3/4 of a carat.
Glitter, twinkle, sparkle.
This is the definitive diamond solitaire engagement ring.
You can choose a round diamond, radiant, marquise, or oval.
3/4 of a carat. Any shape you want.
Any color of gold you want.
A 1-carat solitaire is just $1,498.
Ask to see the Evermore engagement rings at Kessler's.
You're going to be ecstatic about the color, clarity, and cut of your diamond.
Evermore.
Each of these diamonds was lovingly created in the heart of a miniature star.
Your diamond will remain.
Evermore.
Your diamond was born about the time you fell in love.
You will be in love.
Evermore.
Your diamond has been waiting patiently for you to see it, love it, and choose it.
Don't keep it waiting. Come to Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
When your team needs custom gear, don't wing it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and More is your local partner for high-quality apparel with hands-on design help and services that actually feel, well, helpful. For your business, teams, or events, Big Frog makes it easy. Visit bigfrog.com/Mequon today.
Why DIY your frozen pizza toppings when Screamin' Sicilian already went over the top for you? We're talking whole milk mozzarella, heaps of premium meats, a mountain of veggies. Screamin' Sicilian is frozen pizza stacked, no add-ons needed. Mamma mia! Screamin' Sicilian, so loaded with toppings, it's almost cheating. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section and taste what all the screamin' is about.
Right now, more than 100,000 children waiting in foster care need our help. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is focused on finding them safe, permanent homes. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Watch your step. You're with Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
If you're chasing big jackpots and nonstop excitement, you know where to go. It's Potawatomi Casino Hotel, your place to play with 2,600 plus slot machines. Love the Wheel of Fortune. You have it all there, plus a 2,000 square foot video wall. Sounds like next Wednesday, while Kyle's on his honeymoon, I'll be hanging out at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. For Kyle and Brust. And I'll be taking in all of the great food, all of the great action. Plus, they have kiosks everywhere if you want to get in on anything. Homer's the Miz pitching tonight?
No.
He's pitching Friday.
That's
allegedly.
too bad because I would have told the Bucks that whenever you're going to announce this, it should be the day Miz is pitching because no one will care. They'll all be happy.
Watching the Miz?
That's correct.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace. Homer's with us right now before the Homer Hour.
Yeah, John Anderson's coming on, I guess.
John Anderson back to talk a little bit about the trade.
So, whatever he wants to talk about.
Homer wants everyone to know that Giannis wanted out, and they need the truth. He wanted out. And Rob and Savannah, you want to comment on this? On the Carlos Talking text line.
We need to give our boy Larry Homer David, this guy is gold, all right? Larry is speaking the truth, Homer, a.k.a. Larry, and we need to support him. He's saying what all of us are thinking.
That's pathetic. It's true.
Yeah, that's a compliment.
No, it isn't. He's an ugly man, and I don't think I'm ugly, but I'm in that neighborhood. Come on, Larry David is ugly. Come on, what? Do you think I don't have eyes?
He's a genius.
I mean, he may be a genius. He's an ugly genius.
Ugly genius.
Yes, fine. I agree. He's a genius. Yes.
From the neck up, you look very similar, Homer.
Correct.
Which is a compliment.
That is correct. Yes.
I couldn't see it.
I can see it too.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you. But Homer, I'm on your side, Homer. Here, you're
And
saying
don't
what
lie for
everyone
me,
in
just like I'm
Wisconsin
telling people
wants
not to
say.
lie about Giannis.
Exactly. You're
Okay.
saying what everyone wants to say, but no one will say. You're the mind of the Wisconsin people. You're just speaking the truth, like Larry David does sometimes.
Okay.
You know?
Well, thank you, I guess.
We all will appreciate the times that we had with Giannis. We all hope the best, yada, yada, yada.
I don't care
He
how he does.
stabbed us in the back.
Why would you I
You
care
think?
how
Wait,
he
you
does?
think Giannis stabbed the Bucks in the back?
Back.
No, I wouldn't say he stabbed him
no,
in the back.
boy, that's what he just said. What
Well, that's going too far.
What do we want? Like, what do we want from Giannis? Do we want Giannis just to stay here just because we want him to stay here? Like, would you stay at your job if it was a failing organization?
It's not a failing organization.
The Bucks are a failing organization, Homer. Yes, they are.
They are not.
They're failing right now.
What do they have that would sell you that Giannis, you should stay? Your best chance to win
trending bad now?
No, it's not your best chance, but the
but
problem,
he wants that. That is what his number one goal is.
You stay healthy, we'll be better.
No, but you're still not going to be good enough
to win
with
a
Kevin
championship.
Porter Jr. as your guy.
Okay, then we'll see what happens
That's
there.
what we're doing.
We'll see what happens there.
Kuzma
And when
as
he's
your
hurt
guy.
there, no.
Sure.
Miles Turner, they brought him in. They brought people in.
Miles Turner,
Damian,
with or without Giannis, was ass this year, Homer. What do we talk? Doc Rivers, terrible coach. Like, it was a disaster.
Correct.
It was a disaster.
What was the major reason why it was a disaster?
Because they had a
No.
They didn't have a good coach.
If Giannis
let me finish.
What?
His health?
Yes.
Okay.
Nothing else matters. That's 1 through 5.
So how far did the Bucks get with Giannis being healthy all year long?
They make the playoffs.
Oh, that
went around.
The went around.
All right, well, how good? We'll see what happens where he goes.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens where he goes.
I promise you, Miami's going to do a better job of building a team around Giannis right now. In this iteration of Giannis, than what the Bucks did the last
if Giannis
2 seasons.
is hurt, it won't make a damn bit of difference.
I mean, that
no one's going to disagree there.
Okay,
we
well,
know
that's
that
the
they
point.
had 3 straight first-round exits.
Giannis could have stayed and said the problem has been I'm not healthy.
But there also was Chris Middleton getting injured in 2022.
Correct.
There
Lillard
was
hurt.
Damian Lillard.
Yes.
It's not just Giannis.
So the prospects of Giannis being more successful, is better in Miami, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so then that tells you right now in Miami, guess what?
Yeah.
Miami was a
That
play-in
tells
team
me
last year.
that when he makes that judgment and says, look, I won a championship in Milwaukee and all this kind of stuff, and then I got Miami. It doesn't matter. The cities are irrelevant. I make the choice just as you
Homer,
said.
the
A little
team-
bit cheddar matter.
the team is going to be
I am
bad.
Milwaukee. What's that mean? Not much, because this team gives me a little better chance, and so I'm leaving.
He's still Milwaukee. It's just
No,
the
he's
fact
not.
that he's just not with the Bucks anymore.
That's not the same. He'll still be mostly Milwaukee. I still want the banner up, but it's not like Yount.
Yeah, no,
There's something special.
So
when
now he
somebody
doesn't deserve a
stays.
statue.
No, I give him a statue too. Hell yes. And I want the banner. Yes.
No,
you
Homer's
don't.
just-
So,
Homer's
so
just
you
saying-
just want people to know
I just
that
want
he
people to be
did
honest.
not want to be a Milwaukee Buck.
Yes, and
No,
he did.
no.
Milwaukee was not special enough to him to risk a little about how good the team is.
Sure.
When most
Fine,
of the problem
fine,
was him.
sure.
Milwaukee
We
wasn't
can agree on
special
that.
Good.
We
I'll
can
live
agree
with
on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Milwaukee wasn't special.
He wants to
enough.
win a second championship. The Bucks did everything they could in their power while I was here, and it put them in a position where right now his best chance to do what his legacy in his second championship and what he wants isn't in Milwaukee.
His Homer's rhetoric is too strong because now he's softened up. Before it was he bailed on the city.
He did bail.
It's a lie that he cares about Milwaukee.
When you try to
No,
talk
but you-
about him representing Milwaukee and he loves Milwaukee and
He
all this stuff.
does.
No, crap. You love the place. You give up something to stay there. He gave up nothing.
Well, I would say he kept signing here regardless.
What do you mean?
And he signed 2 contracts to be here.
Right, and the team
He's
was
been
good. It was
13
fine.
He's been 13 years
Yes.
here.
Good and
he did
fine
that.
isn't what he's looking for.
Again,
Looking
he
for
was
great.
here for that. Right, and being the fact that it's Milwaukee and all those things special about Milwaukee don't mean diddly squat, which is okay. but
There
you
also
can't
was an
deny it.
organizational shakeup.
What?
The owners that were there when they won a championship aren't the same. The owner of the owner of the president as well. Jimmy Haslam's come in. He, as you know, you would say he's the James Dolan of the NFL. And
you
would
work for
say it'd be
James
a
Dolan?
miracle if Jimmy Haslam wins a championship
Again,
with the Bucks. So why would
nothing
Giannis want to be a part of that?
Unless Giannis is healthy.
But
And
even,
he hasn't been healthy.
even if Giannis is healthy this
Right.
season, the Bucks aren't good. They're just
Yeah,
not.
they are. Yeah, they've been
Homer,
not
no,
good. Not win
they
a championship.
Are not. Name the championship player on this roster that the Bucks could win the championship with. Outside.
Name a player on the Bucks roster outside of Giannis that could have played in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say they have to get to the finals.
Well, Miles Turner played in the finals 2 years ago.
Turner played in it, didn't he?
He played
Did
in the finals 2 years.
Turner? Yeah,
But what happened? So
2
why
years
was
ago.
he so bad this year, with or without Giannis?
Because the team sucks when Giannis is hurt.
No,
There's no point to play.
I'm talking about Miles Turner as a player.
Yes.
You thought when Giannis was gone, he was going to be
I
the
thought he would
scorer.
be better,
But
yes.
was he better?
No, but it
Okay,
didn't.
well, still
hold on,
that's
hold
what I'm
on,
saying. The
hold
team
on.
wasn't good.
And
There's a
his shoes
reason.
had bad shoestrings. Doesn't matter. Don't look beyond the only thing that matters. the health of Giannis.
Yes, but
Doug,
again,
he could have been Bill Russell. They ain't doing diddly squat.
The healthy
with
Giannis-
Giannis's health.
That's right, because Bill Russell couldn't compete in today's NBA. That's Ryan and Brookfield.
How many games did Giannis play?
Ryan and
How
Brookfield.
many did he play?
they didn't let him play for some.
Oh, they didn't let him play.
That is what happened.
You're on the Carbless Talking text line with Bonehead Homer and Kyle and Brust.
Fine.
He does that.
What's up, guys?
What's happening?
Giannis 100% bailed on Milwaukee. 100%. He said plenty of times that he wanted to have a Kobe-like career, a Dirk-like career, stay with the same team. He tweeted out multiple times that he wants to be in Milwaukee all year, his whole career, and yet he wants to leave now that we have one bad season. 100% bailed on Milwaukee.
Do you think they were going to be good next year?
The Bucks?
Yeah.
They might win more games next year than this year.
It may be, yeah. It's 30. What about our guy?
I think if they keep the team that they just traded for, they will have a better season than the Heat this year. That Heat team is terrible.
All right.
With or without Giannis.
Yeah, but I want to interject on that. The Heat are doing this not for this upcoming season, but 2 seasons away. It's going to take them a year.
They're going to take some time to figure out how to
put
build
the rest of the team
Who am I
together.
to knock down anybody having this false sense of reality about the Bucks? I'm glad. Good. I hope you feel that way.
This is the first time I'm agreeing with the Kyle Wallace.
What are you
school
agreeing? What are we
of-
actually agreeing?
the Kyle Wallace school of, as new information comes in, I change my opinion.
Yeah.
As information has come in about the direction of the Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis is looking at where he fits in for what he wants, which is a second championship. It's not here, so he's doing what's best for him, and I think you can appreciate him as a Milwaukee Buck and also understand why he's doing this.
Right, but
and
then
if you want to make it as hyperbolic as you, that he's
using all the quotes. You want to list all the quotes that Giannis gave about how special Milwaukee was? I want this, and
It
I
still
want this,
can
and I
be
want
special
this.
as a place, but not the place where he was going to get what he
His
wanted
job
in his
sucked.
career.
Somebody go out.
He loved the city, but he didn't want to play for the Bucks.
His co-workers didn't even come support his brother. He looked around to the left. You know what's crazy? They said, "Hey, are my teammates here?" I said, I said, Cormac.
So you're talking at Thanalysis 5.
Yeah. The Antetokounmpo's asking me who here, and I gotta break the news to them. Hey, they not here.
It's just Miles and
I will
Cormac.
tell you
So
this.
I'm just telling you, the
I'll
team's
tell you
chemistry is
this.
awful.
If I'm Miles Turner, you tell me Giannis ain't going to be healthy, I ain't coming to Milwaukee. Not in a million years.
Well,
and he took a risk because Giannis ain't been healthy for a long time.
He did take a risk, but he getting shipped out too.
Fine. He's happy to leave.
I just can't believe that you think this roster is built to do something more than be an 8 seed at best.
This past year?
Yeah, you
with
even
a
said
healthy Giannis?
You said
Yeah,
they
I think
could
they
have won
can-
a playoff series.
Yes, I believe they would.
Pooey.
All right. Well,
Team Kyle.
we agree on this because
Bro, they suck. Can I just keep saying Kevin Porter Jr. got traded for Marjon Beauchamp? That just shows you how low
shows
the
you
Clippers
don't
thought of
appreciate the greatness of Giannis.
No.
A healthy Giannis.
Oh, wow.
Clearly you don't.
Oh, wow. Now he's going to be the one to preach about greatness.
Not flipping you. It's the truth.
As Homer would say, next.
Experiencing Kyle and Brust
Hi, guys. Well, you made my day, I'll tell you.
on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. The Homer Hour with special guests every day from 5 to 6.
That's why I said the toughest part to me for the Pack
Day happens on the Homer Hour.
So the issue is, and I'm working on the T-shirt right now, this season is very simple.
This guy.
Got to win the damn division.
Weekday afternoons from 5 to 6 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. And beer fans, we've got something to cheer about. Michelob Ultra is the official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026. So whether you call it soccer or football, it's time to get your game plan ready as the world's largest soccer tournament returns to the USA. Stop by Discount Liquor to pick up a 12-pack of Michelob Ultra and score a free Michelob Ultra soccer koozie. At Discount Liquor, we stock over 15,000 varieties of beer, wine, spirits, THCA, and non-alcoholic beverages, all at the lowest prices in town. From craft brews to hard-to-find whiskeys, we've got a lineup for you. So don't get caught off sides with an empty fridge. Stop into Discount Liquor and stock up before kickoff. Visit us in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma or in downtown Waukesha at Barstow and Maine.
Discount liquor.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, the Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. After your round, stop in the clubhouse for food and drinks. Call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com.
Stop buying barbecue rubs that all taste the same.
Most are loaded with sugar, fillers, and shortcuts.
Burn Pit BBQ is not.
We're a veteran-owned company right here in Wisconsin, built on doing things the right way, no shortcuts, no nonsense.
Just premium seasonings that deliver real flavor every time you fire up the grill.
Whether it's a quick dinner or feeding the whole crew, Burn Pit BBQ gives you confidence to get it right.
Burn Pit BBQ, grill with confidence.
Find us at burnpitbbq.com and now at select Walmart locations.
That's burnpitbbq.com.
Selling your home is more than putting a sign in the yard. It's about having the right team beside you. I'm Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams. We help relieve unnecessary stress with our team's expert listing process, strong negotiation skills, and fast, clear communication. Our white glove service experience is provided at every price point and every step of the way. Start your home journey today by searching online, Tony Wendorf. Tony Wendorf & Associates, a real estate team driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
Summer is the time to enjoy the outside. Enjoy the deck, the patio, the fire pit, the shade, the screen room, the in-ground pool. Enjoy all of it in your own backyard. Outdoor Living Unlimited is Wisconsin's top TimberTech decking installer and can deliver a design and build your next maintenance-free deck with a custom screen room and automated pergola. Stop by our Outdoor Living Unlimited showroom at 665 Larry Court in Waukesha or visit OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Don't think twice.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. For 70 years, Geis has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geisdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee. Let the good times roll. Kyle and Brust are back on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Cristiano Ronaldo is back as Portugal beat Uzbekistan.
There you go. You got it. You got it. You're a soccer guy.
Greatest game ever in a preseason contest.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not preseason for everybody because some people got to win in this soccer tournament that's going on right now.
Right.
Oh, it is fantastic as we are getting geared up to get to the final game of group stages coming up in the biggest soccer tournament in the world. I can't wait for Team USA to get back out there, but keep watching, keep enjoying, and make sure you're doing it when you're having fun with folks.
And make sure you stop by Discount Liquor because that's what the soccer update is brought to you by. For all your tailgate and party needs, Discount Liquor, Milwaukee and Waukesha locations.
Did y'all see? Do you see what Norway did yesterday? Boy, he's something special.
I saw them.
What was the question again? Did I watch what?
I
have not followed Norway since the Vikings.
Erling Haaland. Did you see? So you know how the Minnesota Vikings stole the whole clap skull thing?
Yep.
And now you got to see actually the real
people.
originator. Norway doing a row.
Yes, I saw that in New York City.
Row.
Yeah, fans are unbelievable.
They are absolutely. I'm telling you, the NFL is great. College football is great, but these soccer fans, a whole nother level. Culture. I told you the culture was the best thing about it. It's beautiful.
I lived it in England when they were in the World Cup and they were playing, and we're at a bar and England scored, and everybody has a beer.
They just throw it in the air.
Throw it in the air, and the beer falls.
And you're just happy.
It is. And
were you happy?
I think it was the stupidest thing I've ever done in my life.
You're wasting a bunch of beer.
Did you do it too? Yeah. Yes. Like, yeah. It's just a culture. That is the one thing that I love is that people don't always get to travel.
I said they make Packer fans look like they have no energy, and best sports fans in America. I've never seen anything like it.
What is the best sports fan in
Craziest.
America? Yeah, craziest.
Eagles fans are crazy. Philadelphia fans are
but Bills have like traditions, like they do the
that's
table
true.
thing.
Bill jumping on,
like I'm trying to think of like who has traditions that are fun.
Yeah, Packers fans, we're not wild. We just like to party.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a tailgate party.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's all Wisconsin sports fans.
Buffalo's got something.
No, they're special.
Busting tables and stuff.
Like if you were to take a country and be like, if you were going to say you're going to experience your first NFL game, you're going to get a whole culture experience for this city. Who would you
World
choose?
Cup, yeah. I think it would be Buffalo. I think
Buffalo's top of the list.
And Lambeau would be great because people would be like, oh, wow, they're so friendly. They handed me
but
a
like
drink.
friendly versus like experience is
It
different.
depends on your cup of tea. I personally, if I was from a different country, give me Buffalo. I like to be wild and be reckless.
That's what I'm looking for.
Green Bay's a little bit too
like
nice for me.
The Scottish came into Boston and took over. They drank them out of beer.
Yeah, it is. I'm telling you, it is a beautiful thing.
People in Wisconsin think they can drink.
Ain't
even close.
Oh, the overseas is different. They've been doing it for decades. Not decades. They've been doing it for centuries. Listen,
when I was playing overseas, they passed around a bottle of black licorice type alcohol, and they were just chugging it. I took a
America is celebrating 250 years. These places have been around for thousands of years. Thousands.
I mean, we give it our best shot.
We trying. We still young. We still infants. We working our way up.
Got a long way to go. Homer's coming up next on 94.5 ESPN, YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. Make sure you tune in to see what they do. The Milwaukee Bucks with the 10th pick and the 13th pick on the NBA draft. You're going to 7 o'clock.
They might get another pick, too. If they get a good enough one, they'll get rid of Hero.
Doubt that happens, but they better be on the phones. Homer Hour next.
We're still seeing some delays along southbound 41 coming in from before Appleton Avenue down to Capitol. Northbound's backed up just before Mayfair Road up to Silver Spring. We've also got southbound on